Spartans! What is your profession?
Hello and welcome to Southeast vs. Classen SAS on the Friday night, September 9th, 2022. You're listening to Southeast Spartan Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony, Metro Technology, and Cosino de Mino. SSM Health, St. Anthony's, let the orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bow, Knee, and Joint Hospital help people get moving again. Call for an appointment today at 405-218-2530. Metro Technology Centers offers great courses and programs to allow you to have a great career. Learn more at metrotech.edu. That's metrotech.edu. And Cosino de Mino Restaurant, for the best in Mexican cuisine. The only place to have lunch or dinner is Cosino de Mino, located at 6022 Southwestern Avenue, open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Hello, I am Devin Bajek with my partner, Jamin Dawson. Jamin, how was your Friday doing, sir?
Hey, man, I'm living. Living life, loving life. Glad to be back here with you, bro. Cover a great game. Looks like we got a pretty good matchup, Devin.
I would have to agree. You know, we called last week's game, the Southeast game. They played Capitol Hill in their Hall of Fame, or not really Hall of Fame game, but they were honoring the 1972 state championship team. They made mincemeat of Capitol Hill. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, they definitely made some meat at Capitol Hill. I think with the 72 state championship team coming out and honoring them, I think that energy was definitely felt throughout the stands, which were fully packed with Spartan fans, and definitely the team who went out there and displayed a great performance.
Yeah, and we know tonight, big rivalry matchup between Classen SAS and Southeast. You know, a little bit about Classen last week. They did lose, isn't that correct, Jamie? You did a little bit of a in-depth research on the team. So why don't you go ahead and...
Yes, sir. From what I researched, Classen is coming off a sizable 43-12 loss against the Bethel Wildcats. They ended the first quarter down 13-12, and it looked to be a good game ending the first quarter, but they seemed to lose all control, going the rest of the game scoreless and allowing the Wildcats to put up 30 points within the second and third quarter.
And, you know, that's just not going to win you games, right? That's just, you know, you've played football, I've played football. That's just not going to...
I mean, it's a game of four quarters, Devin. I mean, it doesn't matter if you look spectacular in the first, second, and the third. It doesn't mean anything if you don't show up for the fourth. Those 15 minutes are crucial.
You know, you got to get off the bus. A lot of coaches I've had has talked about that before. It's about how you get off the bus and your demeanor. And, you know, we talked to the head coach Southeast tonight, and he sounded pretty confident in his guys, in his group.
I mean, how could you not be confident? I mean, of course, he's coming off his first game as a career Spartans coach, but a commanding victory like a 65-0. And, I mean, you end the first quarter up by 26. I mean, I would have all the confidence in the world in my players.
Yeah, Matt Lane definitely not stressing too much. You know, he's got a lot of players that make his job pretty easy. You know, and we get into the head coach of class, and you did some research on him as well. He's a cancer survivor. You were telling me before we got on the air. What can you tell us more about that?
Yes, sir. For head coach of these Classen SAS comments, we have J.D. Marinko. I believe I'm saying that right, Coach Marinko. But he is a cancer survivor. It's a unique story, pretty much. He has foot pain. And like a football player that he formerly was, you just kind of shake it off. You just look at it and just keep going. But his wife advised him to go get looked at. So Marinko goes to get looked at, and they remove a mass from his foot. And as they do testing, it was found to be cancerous. And the specialist that he went to basically told him, said, hey, this cancer could be very recurrent. And if you decide to keep this leg that they found the mass in, it could continue to develop to be cancerous, whether you beat it or not. So he had that option, or he had the option just to go ahead and amputate the leg And that's a tough decision for anybody, Devin. I mean, how would you feel if you were in that situation?
I don't know if I'd be able to make it. That's a tough decision. I mean, I think everyone can relate to cancer has touched someone in their family before, so it's just that's not an easy thing to go through. And we hope that he's obviously doing a lot better. He's still on the sidelines, trying to help young men become successful and on the field and off the field. So you got to commend that. And he's looking. For his team to come out here and get their first win of the season, this is their home game. They're trying to make a good impression on their home crowd, home fans.
And right, Devin, you got to perform when you're at home. I mean, of course you want to perform when you're away, but especially at home for your home fans. Coming off a loss with 43-12, of course it was a good game going into that second quarter, and of course we didn't get to view it. We were streaming those Southeast Spartans play the Capitol Hill Red Wolves, but it just seems like they lost all control from that second quarter, and it seems like Bethel just laid on the gas in those second and third quarters, scoring those 30 combined points.
Well, I believe you do have some of your Jamin's game breakers, your pregame game breakers. So
I like that, DB. I love that.
A little segment, and you kind of, touched on it a little bit. Elijah Green was one of those players that you highlighted for Classen, correct?
Yes, Elijah Green. I mean, he's a premier player in the state. You talk about a VIPE Top 100. He's already been offered by Texas Tech this summer, and from what we've been told today when we got here, he's been offered by Arkansas.
Woo pig.
Razorbacks. I mean, it's just a rising program in the world of college football. Let's see. He played quarterback last year. He's usually a receiver in DB, but they needed him to play quarterback. He surpassed 1,000 yards passing for 7 touchdowns with 83 rushing attempts for 261 yards, while also maintaining his receiver duties, making 16 receptions for 221 yards and 2 scores to go along with that.
Oh, well, we love to hear that. That's someone we're going to keep an eye on. He's listed as 6'5", I believe, so someone that he's pretty much the same height as LaDainian Fields for Southeast. So, I'm kind of interested in that matchup. They're both wide receiver DBs, I believe. So
yes, sir.
That's going to be a good little matchup to watch throughout the whole game. The game within the game, almost.
The game within the game. Just like we were looking at last week, we were looking for Southeast to come out fast, playing dominant, physical, of course, and that's what they did last week. So coming into this game this week, we want to build on that momentum that they've established and just build on it. Have a great game out here. They seem like a sizable opponent because they have a lot of returning players, but, I mean, that could only be a stat. I mean, that doesn't really matter when that whistle is blown and you're in between those 4 lines. I mean, it comes down to what you can do right now.
There's a thing of, you can talk about it on paper, what's supposed to happen on paper, but you still got to play the game, right? So, but Coach Matt Lane, he's going to be trying to, it's probably a little bit tough to keep you guys humble after winning a game like they did last week, but I'm sure he's the kind of guy that, hey, he's reiterating it's 1 week at a time. That game doesn't matter. I'm sure you feel the same way, and I think we're going to see a team that comes out here and kind of forgets that happened last week.
Yeah, but just to add to that, DB, I mean, you're talking about a lot of guys that have played every level of football with each other, and they're just now getting to their junior year, and they haven't had a lot of success on the field. So this is a humble group coming from humble beginnings. So you get a guy like Coach Lane to come incorporate spring ball just to change the trajectory of where the team's going into the fall. So they come out, they perform great in the 7-on-7 camps. They win the previews, and they built on that by winning their season opener in good fashion. And,
a big key for Southeast tonight is going to be the brother connection, Michael Graham Jr. and Meshawn Graham. They were big, there was a lot of other players that were big last week, but those two had a connection on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. It's like they were one brain together. That's how I would put it, and Michael Graham Jr. was really slinging it last week too.
I mean, I would really agree. I mean, he was really slinging it, but, I mean, we didn't see him sling it that much, DB.
No.
He only had 3 passes, but, I mean, he was perfect, went for 93 yards. I mean, he got 4 different Spartans in the end zone.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can't really complain, right? That percentage is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that QB rating is up there, DB.
Chauncey Law last week was big as well. We saw him kind of in he would motion across kind of as like a tight end up back kind of H-back role, and he'd take jet sweeps or run it up the middle, and he was a very physical runner. Had a big touchdown in the second quarter to kind of help keep the blowout going.
Absolutely. Chauncey Law is a player we're going to be looking at. I mean, you talk about a guy that's so physical and so fast. I mean, that's a prototypical guy you want in this system, and that's a coach that's looking for his players to come out there and do that. So he's going to be a leader out there tonight. We're going to see him impact the game on both sides of the ball as well.
And, we would be remiss if we forgot about the big guy, LaDainian Field.
LaDainian Fields, I mean, you talk about another vibe guy. I don't think he has any offers yet, but it's coming soon.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. And, I mean, he didn't have the biggest impact on offense. He got a good target in the red zone in that second quarter to get him in the end zone.
He had a good pick on defense last week for a touchdown.
Yeah. His impact was felt immensely on defense.
Mm-hmm. He kind of looks like a young Julio out there.
Hey, I can't lie, man. He's looking good. He's got the stature for it for sure.
Oh, I agree. As we get more into it, what can we look kind of for Classen? What kind of offense and defense do they run? What can the fans and the spectators kind of expect?
Okay, well, Classen here, they run a spread formation. I mean, typical spread formation. Like I said, they have 6 returning starters on offense, 4 of those being receivers, and 1 of those being the quarterback, and 1 of them being an offensive lineman. So to have those 4 returning receivers come in and make an impact for their young quarterback, I think it's going to play a great role in this game. Having a lot of those athletes on offense is going to create some space on the field. They're going to be able to spread those Spartans out. Mm-hmm. And with the spread formation, I mean, you just want to free up space and create chances for your best players to get the ball. So hopefully we see all 4 of those receivers get the ball and make plays and make this a great game.
Defensively, what is Classen looking like?
Defensively, they run a 3-4. They have 6 starters returning as well, most of those being the guys that I just named because they have a lot of two-way starters. So look for them to make an impact, most of them coming from that DB linebacker area.
Okay. And I believe they're starting a freshman at quarterback, correct?
Yes, sir, freshman quarterback. I believe last week was his first week.
Carlos Hardiman.
Didn't do too bad. But you want to see him, of course, make a few more completions, just getting the flow of the game because they never really gotten a true flow of the game. I mean, they only had 17 carries. We had 3 ball carriers. Our best one, I believe, is Jayon House. He's a sophomore. 5 carries coming off of 60 yards. Seems like the most efficient runner they have, so I'll be looking for him to get a lot of those reps.
It looks like, the 2 running backs or 2 tailbacks, Jayon House and Caleb Freeland, and then also Carlos Hardiman. So it'll be interesting to see what they do offensively tonight, against a very athletic defense. Southeast, a very sizable team, too.
Very sizable. I mean, just like last week when we looked at them warming up, I mean, they just look bigger than the other team. And, I mean, that's something that you love, having that bus factor when you step off the bus and you're just getting the oohs and ahs. I mean, what other threat can you give to a team before you even lace up the cleats?
I completely agree. And, we're going to take a little bit of a detour. We're going to talk about some of the other 5A games going around the state tonight. Muskogee and Carl Albert will be playing. Duncan and Guthrie, Bartlesville, Sapulpa, MacArthur, Lawton, Del City, and Midwest City play. That's going to be that game's going to be rocking. I know that for sure.
I agree.
Ada, McAllister, that's another game that's going to be a big attended game. Edison Prep versus Tulsa Memorial, Ardmore at Shawnee, Jay versus Grove, El Reno versus Weatherford, Elgin versus Cache, Noble versus Tuttle, Claremore versus Oologah, Nathan Hall versus Hilldale, Bishop Kelly versus Bishop McGinnis, the battle of the bishops, Piedmont Blanchard, Collinsville Skiatook, Glenpool versus Sperry, Durant and Will Rogers, and then the game that we are covering and you're watching tonight, Southeast versus Classen SAS. So, that's the 5A matchup around the state. Are there any games that catch your eye, 5A or 6A or below?
I would love to see the Battle of the Bishops, of course. I mean, that just seems like a great matchup already.
That sounds like a historical battle, honestly. Something that actually, like the Battle of the Bishops, it sounds epic. I know Jinx and Union play tonight in the Backyard Ball.
Ooh.
Or Backyard Brawl.
Of course, you have a lot invested in that.
Yes, as a former Red Hawk.
Had to remind yourself right there.
Oh, I had to take a pause there.
We had that slight conversation last week about a lot of these famous sports teams using a mascot that is no longer accepted.
The name that shall not be named,
should not be named.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're thinking tonight, what we're hearing tonight. But again, Some of our sponsors tonight: SSM Health, St. Anthony's, Metro Technology Centers, and Cocino de Mino Restaurant. Sorry about that, but we get back into the pregame. A few other players we didn't mention on Southeast: Tay Bullock, and his brother. There's another. His brother. No, excuse me. Oh yes, Tay Bullock and Carmelo Bullock. Sorry about that, but those are another set of brothers on the team, Southeast, that just has 3 or 4 sets of brothers on this squad.
Right. I mean, specifically Carmelo Bullock. I mean, he had great impact on the defense. Although he didn't have many tackles, his presence off the edge, just coming off that stunt almost every time I watched him. I mean, it's just constant pressure on the quarterback. We want to see that tonight.
Yeah, Matt Lane, like we've said the last 2 weeks, it makes his job easier with some of the players that Southeast has. And like we also mentioned, it's easy when there's been a really good foundation already set by the former head coach. Wouldn't you say?
Right. That plays a great deal in it. When you have a first-year head coach, he wants to come in and he wants to implement everything that he sees fit for his program, top to bottom. And you're coming from a group of players that have been playing with each other for a very long time. So, I mean, sometimes it could be coaches versus players, and that's the worst thing you want to see. That's the worst thing you could have in the locker room. But for him to come in and implement great things and to establish good camaraderie in the locker room and just personally between him and his players, I mean, it's just a great thing to see in his first year.
That's really all it's about. And, at the end of the day, you want a team that's player-led, not coach-led. And, this team kind of feels like the players lead it almost. Like, we saw the energy on the sideline. It was players pumping up players, not coaches pumping up players.
Not at all.
You love to see that.
I mean, you just want to see a lot of leaders, and that's what I believe these Southeast Spartans are. I mean, Matt Lane is big on accountability. He's been great to us so far in our conversation, and I think a lot of that translates in the locker room. So a lot of great guys.
Yes, and we've got the national anthem coming up soon. We see the colors are getting ready to be presented, but we get closer to kickoff. I'm very excited for this one. I'm kind of antsy. I really feel like we're gonna see a game that could be a little bit closer maybe than people are expecting, but at the end of the day, it's going to be good football. It's Oklahoma high school football on a Friday night, beautiful Friday night.
Right, but like we mentioned last week, I mean, that was week 1 for almost everybody, so you want to tighten up a lot of things. The defense slacked a lot. They allowed 30 rush attempts for 246 yards, so you want to see a better attempt approaching the defensive side of the ball.
Cool. And, I agree with you on that, and that's going to wrap up our pregame show brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony's, Metro Technology Centers, and Cocino de Mino Restaurant. You will hear back from us right before kickoff.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
What is your profession? Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans! What is your profession?
Southeast has won the coin toss. They elected to receive the ball. Jamin, what do you think about that strategy to receive the ball? Is it kind of just to send a message to Classen?
I definitely think it's a message. I mean, with explosive as their offense has been, I mean, they just want to get on the board first, hit them in the mouth. It's just a great way to get this scoring streak started.
I agree 100%. You got the athletes everywhere. You might have the better coaching. I didn't get to see Classen last week, so I might be a little biased, but I trust Matt Lane. I trust his decisions.
I mean, even more than I trust Matt Lane and these Spartans, I mean, you got to face the facts. I mean, defense, I mean, they got ran on for real. 30 carries for 246 yards. I mean, you're not going to win at all with those stat lines right there. So they got to be better defensively if they want to have a chance against these Spartans.
There's one thing that's always been true about the game of football. If you can run the ball and if you can stop the run, you're going to be pretty good. So Southeast, they had no problem last week stopping the run and the pass, but we'll see if their defense can repeat the same. Obviously, they they do have the size advantage. They've got a lot of big boys up front.
Yeah, they definitely got the size, and I'm looking at them get ready as they're running on the field. They definitely look like they got the juice, man. I'm ready to see some good football.
We see that shovel again, like we saw last week. So they're digging graves, digging ditches. I guess that's what their motto might be. We'll have to talk with Matt Lane next week about that. What is the
man,
shovel?
Oh yeah, we do have to ask what that shovel means.
Yeah, what does the shovel mean to the team? Classen runs out. I mean, they look ready to go.
We got some nice black jerseys by the Classen Comets.
I do like the jerseys. They're in the black on yellow with the blue helmets. It looks clean. Can't lie.
Nice clean look. No hating.
No player hating today, I'll tell you that.
Took the words right out of my mouth, DB.
Shoot, it just doesn't look the size between the two teams. I mean, Classen, they've probably got about 28 players. I don't know, give or take.
Oh yeah, they don't have too many, but Coach JD, he even said in his Vite preview for the season that they're still having players come on and sign up for the team and getting acclimated with his style and learning plays. So we might see this team actually continue to grow.
Oh, that's good. It's good to hear. You love to hear the game still growing and kids still playing it.
I mean, he's trying to build a culture out there, man. So the more bodies you can get, the better you're doing.
As Southeast getting ready to run on the field, getting to their kick return formation. I mean, they had good returns last week. Their kickoff game wasn't so hot, but they had good returns.
And we're hoping for a good Spartans return. Back deep, we have Rodney Fields Jr. and LaDainian Fields.
Two really electric guys with the ball in their hands, no doubt about it.
I mean, two of arguably the most electric guys on this team, which is, I mean, why they're back there ready to get this kick.
Looks like we're just about to get underway here in a few moments.
And we've got the sun coming into the stadium, setting in the west. Got a slight breeze. It's a good Friday night for some football, DB.
It's a great Friday night. Weather is beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. Looks beautiful in the OKC metro area.
As we still got fans rolling in, we hope to pack out these stands tonight.
Looks like Classen's going to be kicking off the ball here in just a moment. You see their kickoff team. They're getting into it. They're swaying their arms back and forth. They're trying to get onside, get all on the same page here. Not sure what the holdup is. Ref's talking to the coach, explaining something about the special teams unit. And we are underway. It's a high kick to number 7. He's going to take it out to the right. He's going to juke a guy, get tackled about by 4 or 5 Classen Comets. They're going to get the ball about the 40-yard line.
I mean, I think that's a good tactic by whoever's calling these special teams plays. I mean, get a good squib kick in.
Good little sky kick.
Yeah, because, I mean, he got it at about the 45. It only got to about the 42 maybe.
We'll call it the 40.
We'll call it 40. That's a good strategy. Good strategy by
Only
the
like a
Comets.
5-yard return, if that.
I mean, hey, if the team wins the toss and they want to get the ball, I mean, that's a great way to counterattack.
Southeast going to be in a 2-by-2 receiver set. Quarterback Michael Graham's in the shotgun. Meshawn Graham in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Meshawn. It's going to be a reverse to number 1 Chauncey Law. It's going to gain about 6-7 yards on the play. That was a pretty good play design, wouldn't you say?
Good play design. I mean, like we talked about in the pregame, Chauncey Law is going to be a big factor on both sides of the ball. So starting off this offensive drive, getting some misdirection going, and getting them for a few positive yards, man, is a good look.
About 2nd and 4. Going to be 2-by-1. Receivers set. Quarterback in the shotgun. Chauncey Law is going to be the H-back. It's going to be a handoff to number 4. And he's going to break a tackle and get to about the Classen 49.
And that's that elusiveness we spoke about with Rodney Fields. I mean, getting that spin off that linebacker on the second level, making a first down.
They're going to be in a 2-by-1 set. Chauncey Law's the H-back, quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to sling it to number 7, Meshawn Graham, for about a 8-yard gain, wouldn't you say?
Yep, nice shallow route. I mean, positive yards. I mean, we got a dump and dime down the field.
And, you know, we talked a little bit about that brother connection right there. We've already seen it twice. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 at the Classen 39-yard line. Looks like they're going to be in a little bunch set to the right, 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Quarterback in the shotgun. They're going to swing it out to number 4, Fields, and he's going to take it to 20-15-10-5. Touchdown. Wow, what a touchdown. What a play.
What a drive by the Southeast Spartans. I mean, we saw way more variations than we did on offense last week, especially for the first drive. So just keeping the defense on their heels and constantly guessing, it's going to be a long night for those Comets. They keep that up.
What a run by Rodney Fields. He broke a tackle and just was scampered all the way to the end zone.
I mean, that's that speed.
And it looks like we're going to see a bit of swinging gate out here for the extra point. We saw them struggle with the extra point last week with the snap, and they're going to snap the swinging gate. Number 5 is going to score for the 2-point conversion. So why kick it when you can score 2?
I mean,
Michael Graham Jr.
Yeah, MJ Graham. Sorry to cut you off, DB.
No,
but I mean, like we were talking about earlier, one of the points of emphasis is tightening it up on those extra points.
And for the scoring recap, A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson are offering a weed killer special, $49 for a standard home lot front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. That was a pretty quick drive, wouldn't you say, for Southeast?
I mean, very quick drive. I mean, it just seems like they're picking up right where they left off.
And as you see, Hummingbird back to kick. He had some pretty solid kicks last week.
Looking for a great game from Hummingbird.
Hummingbird, really good kicker. He's got those bright yellow cleats. He kicks it off to about the 20, received by number 7 from Classen. He's going to take it out to the right. He's going to get to the 30, 35. He's going to be met by 2 Southeast defenders. And Classen's going to get a pretty good return.
About 16, 17 yards. We're going to keep an eye out on number 7, Aaron Underwood.
Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. This could be holding. It is going to be holding on Classen, so they're going to back that play up. They're going to lose about 10 yards on that. So
DB, although I did some pretty thorough research, if I do say so myself, I didn't get to track how many penalties they had. Being in that first game, you're going to have some penalties, but they want to tighten that up as they're already getting a penalty on that kick return.
Oh, no doubt. We saw Southeast take some early penalties last week. We haven't seen them do that yet. So Southeast kind of doing a good job really early. They had some early penalties last week that kind of it would have hurt them against better competition. So it's good to see them staying level head early. As Classen gets in the huddle here, I believe they've got Elijah Green back at quarterback. So we kind of talked about that in the pregame a little bit. They've got 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. They're in the pistol. Elijah Green takes. He's going to hand it off to number 23, Jayon House, and he's going to he's going to lose about 1 or 2 yards on that play.
Like we talked about in pregame, they had 3 ball carriers primarily, but it seems like they stuck with Jayon House to get the start, and he's probably going to get most of the carries for the Comets tonight.
Well, we'll see if Elijah Green's going to be playing quarterback the whole game or if that was just something to start off the game.
I mean, DB, it seems like a great tactic. I mean, you talk about a guy that threw for over 1,000 yards, so he can play basically whatever you need.
Be 2-by-2 receiver set. Elijah Green in the shotgun, running back to the left. A little bit of a fake snap, and they
We might get
penalty.
offsides.
It's going to be a false start. They're going to lose 5 yards.
Get a false start. That's a good job by number 4 linebacker Rodney Fields coming through, stuttering at the line of scrimmage, making that offensive lineman jump off.
Oh, it was a great play, and they're going to have to repeat second down. It's going to be, I believe, 2nd and 17. You never want to be behind your own chains.
Or within your own 10-yard line.
Oh, yeah, so it's kind of a double whammy there. But, it is what you want for Southeast defense. Pin them back and pin ears back and go rush the passer maybe. As we see number 1 checking into the game, Carlos Hardiman at quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to sling it out to the left to number 7. He's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to get tackled by about 4 Southeast Spartans. What'd you see right there?
That was a strong reception. I mean, we got number 7 again, Aaron Underwood. We got to keep an eye on him. He had about 4 Spartans on his back as he's trying to stretch and get that first down.
That was a key play. Makes it 3rd and a little bit of more of a manageable situation at 3rd and 7.
But having Elijah Green, a guy that can play quarterback, receiver, he can take carries out the backfield as well. I'll see that being a great focal point for their offense and keeping that Spartan defense offset.
Carlos Hardiman's in the pistol here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to sling it out to number 9, and that's going to be off of his hands. Looks like it hit him in both hands.
Hit him in both hands. We got number 9 for the Comets, Braylon Taylor. We want to see him bring that down on 3rd down.
And hopefully this team has a punt formation. Last week, Capitol Hill, the opponent for Southeast, they punted every punt out of the pooch punt. So we'll see if we see a little bit more structure.
Better strategy.
We will see that for sure. As the returner for Southeast is, I believe that's going to be. Is that number 7, number 9? Can you see, Jamin?
I can't make it out too much. Matter of fact,
there's going to be a
number
penalty.
7.
There's going to be a penalty. I believe there's too many men on the field. The ref's counting bodies right now. Waiting for some clarification. They're still counting. The ref is literally pointing. Maybe he miscounted. I think the ref definitely miscounted. Looks like he's going to waive that penalty. Yep, he is waiving the penalty. Don't know what that ref had to drink before he got here, but he might need some water. And it's going to be the punt by Classen. Pretty decent punt. It's going to be fair caught by Graham as he falls on his duckus.
Yeah, my shot Graham assuring that he gets possession of that football. So, we get to see the Spartan offense get another shot. I mean, they get great field position. They're starting at their own 47, it looks like.
And, we saw them last week take advantage of a lot of short fields. So this is something that is not going to hinder their offense. They love short fields. They love scoring quickly. As
they take advantage like any good coached, good disciplined team.
Graham's going to be in the shotgun, 2 receivers set. It's going to be a handoff to Fields Jr., and no one is literally going to touch him. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, but there is a flag that might be holding. If not, what an impressive run.
Yeah, that might be coming back, DB, but if not, I mean, great run by Rodney Fields. That's our MVP of last week, and he's showing MVP worthiness right now.
He was the Big O's Pork and Dreams player of the game last week. That was, I mean, I'm not sure if he's aware of it, but he definitely should know about that accomplishment. I would put that play on my highlights regardless of the flag.
Yeah, and it looks like it's coming back, DB.
Yep, the O-line is walking back. Southeast, they can do it again. They had a few plays last week where that were called back due to holding penalties, and you know what they did? They scored.
Yeah, we definitely want to tighten this back up, though. It's more penalties this first quarter than we've seen last first quarter.
I'd have to agree. As you see, the Southeast offense here, they're getting back to it. Quarterback Graham with Rodney Fields to his left, 2x2 receiver set. It's going to be a bubble screen to number 2, Bullock, and he's going to get to about the 50, about midfield. So it's going to set up about a 2nd and we'll say 7. What do you think about that play design there?
I think it's good play design there. I saw number 17 for the Comets. Linebacker, looks like he was coming down on a blitz, but he was just unsure what was going on. Got concrete feet, and that's the last thing you can have on defense.
Hey, you never want your feet to die. As we see a trips receiver set to the right for Southeast, Graham's going to sling it on another bubble screen to his brother, and he's going to get to the 40, 35, 30, 25, makes the guy spin, miss 15, 10, 5. He's going to get down at about the 1-yard line. What a play.
I mean, breaking out all the moves. I mean, great use of the stutter step and the spin. I mean, everything just looked like a fluent motion. Looked like he was ready to score.
He hit that circle button at the right time, made the guy miss. I hear Chris Berman in my ear. Woo! As Southeast is going to set up a 1st and goal for the Southeast Spartans. He's going to take it, Michael Graham under center, and looks like they were trying to draw him off sides, and their O-line wasn't on the same page. So it's going to back him up 5. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line. And you just hate to see that, man.
Yep, you hate to see it on such a great drive, but we want to see them tighten it up on this play. I mean, we've seen them just be very efficient. They haven't needed a lot of plays to score, so we want to see that going into this game.
Graham looking to the sideline, maybe communicating with his receivers. He's in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's going to hand it off to Fields Jr. Fields going to make a guy miss and get to – oh, the ball might have came out there, but they're gonna say he's down. It's going to set up 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line.
That's a great job out of Classen SAS Comets. I mean, standing firm on defense. I seen that box. Everybody was ready at the snap. They were ready. Where's the ball carrier?
And we see Graham get under center again, 2x1 receiver set. And it's going to be a QB sneak, and they're going to power it in there, run behind the big boys up front, and that's going to score them a touchdown. It's going to be 14-0 Southeast Spartans.
Great to see them gather their poise and get that in the end zone. And it looks like we're going to get another freaky formation on this extra point.
Yeah, another swinging gate set here for the Southeast Spartans. As we said last week, they had problems with the snaps on field goals.
I mean,
Graham rolls out to his right. Chauncey Law goes right through his hands. It's going to be 14-0 with 7:02 left in the first quarter.
I mean, good pass, but last time we saw that formation, we had MJ Graham just running there pretty easily. So I don't know if Chauncey Law was ready for the ball to come, but we got to see that ball in.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern. Injuries don't wait. For
front and back, or $225 per acre, give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. That was about, what, a 6-play drive there. Had a couple false starts, but Southeast ultimately put it in the end zone.
Ultimately put it in the end zone. I mean, those 2 penalties set them back. We want to see them clean it up because that offensive line has been outstanding up to this point. Just a couple hiccups on that drive, but still got it in the end zone.
Oh, and you saw it on that last play there. They ran right behind their big guys up front and just said, we're stronger than you. As we await here, Hummingbird, the kicker, to kick off here with about 7:02 left in the first quarter. Southeast up 14-0. Hummingbird looking to his left and right, and he's going to kick this one deep to about the Classen 15. The return is going to take it to the 25. Going to make a guy miss. He's going to get tackled about the 29-yard line.
Tripped up by number 19, Timothy Rojas.
Classen looking to sustain a drive here, really.
Yep, I mean, shoot, we really want to see him get past the 50. It might be the same story as last week, DB. I mean, it's pretty early to say so, but they got to pick it up and get a groove on offense.
No doubt. They've got playmakers. We've talked about Elijah Green a little bit. Their freshman quarterback is dynamic as well, Carlos Hardiman, so we'll see.
They've been going to Aaron Underwood. He's made an impact already, so let's look for his impact on this drive.
It's going to be a 2-by-2 receiver set. Quarterback in the shotgun with the running back to his left. Quarterback raises his leg. Number 3 comes in motion on a jet sweep, and the ball's going to come out. Number 57 for Southeast has got it. It's going to be Southeast ball at the Classen 19-yard line. What a play. Just like that, Classen turns it over, and Southeast is going to get the ball back.
I mean, that's a great play by number 8, Noel Gutierrez. I mean, he's a senior coming down from that safety position. I mean, we talk about one of the focal points of this team in general is physicality, and we see it all come out there with that forced fumble.
And just a great way to put his helmet on the ball there and just, knock it loose. And that's the last thing Classen needed. And that ball is going to be marked at the Classen 18, excuse me.
It's great to see those Spartans still forcing those turnovers. We had so many last week. We had 4 different guys get interceptions.
And you love to see that as we see Michael Graham Jr. on the field in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's going to drop back, throws to his right. That one's going to sail a little high over the head of
Caledonian Fields out there. He's tapping on his chest, taking responsibility for that one. It looks like he ran a good route, just a little tight. Ball sails over his head.
Might have been some miscommunication there, something we don't know. We're not privy to all the different X's and O's that they have at Southeast, but we see back in the shotgun again for Michael Graham Jr. with the running back to his right. It's going to be a handoff to Fields Jr. He's going to make one guy miss, make another guy miss, make another one, and he's going to walk into the end zone for another touchdown. Just a highlight reel game early so far for Fields Jr.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that RJ put on his jersey or his arms or something, but none of those comments wanted to even touch him.
I don't know. He got Vaseline on his arms or what, but or Crisco or something. He is slick out there. He made, about 4 guys miss, and it was beautiful to watch. Poetry in motion, as we like to say here.
Poetry in motion it is, coming from a couple football heads.
And we see Southeast. They're going to line up in their extra point formation. We'll see if they can get the snap back there. They were about 40% last week on their attempts. Snaps a little high, but it gets there, and it's up, and it's good. It's going to be a 21-0 Southeast Spartans lead over the Classen SAS Comets with 5:55 left in the first quarter.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. Southeast Spartans up 21-0 against Classen SAS Comets. We got another scoring recap brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. They are offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. And a quick drive that was set up by a forced fumble that Southeast caused. Just simple football. You cause a turnover, you make the other team pay.
I mean, we had a forced fumble last game, so to have another one again and just begin, to get turnovers in different phases of the game, I mean, you got to love to see it. The defensive coaching staff has to be impressed by their players.
Hummingbird getting ready to kick the ball back off to Classen. Classen just looking to sustain a drive. But before they can do that, they've got to get this kickoff return. We'll see what they can do. As Capitol Hill saw last week, this is the best, unit that Capitol Hill had last week. So far, it's the best unit Classen has had as they receive the ball. It's going to get tackled at about the 28-yard line. So a little squib kick. They get it to about the 28.
It's number 3, Mason Fletcher, junior wide receiver and defensive back for these Comets. Finally get to see somebody else return one of those kicks.
Exactly. We see the offense jock back onto the field. Number 1, Carlos Hardiman looking over at the coach for the different signals for the play. We're just going to be hoping that they can – or they're just going to be hoping they can get a first down, I'd
like to see them kind of simple it down a little bit, try to stick to the ground game just to let the freshmen kind of settle into the game.
2-by-2 receiver set. Hardiman in the shotgun with the running back to his right. And there's going to be another flag. Looks like a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be false start. I'm not sure on who, but they're going to get backed up 5 regardless with about 5:26 left in the first quarter.
It looks like a lot of Comets looking at each other, trying to communicate on that offensive line to get that snap count right.
And they'll be in the same formation, 2-by-2 receiver set. Quarterback in the shotgun, running back to his right. They're going to motion number 7. Quarterback throws it, and it's going to be off target. He was looking for number 3.
Yeah, he just sells it there, and the defense is just flying to the ball. I mean, you don't want to see anybody moving a step behind, but had you had one of those DBs a step behind, I think they would have caught that.
Oh, I'd have to agree. The ball was a little off target. Those are the balls that usually get picked. But it's Classen here. They're looking to get something going on 2nd and 15. They're going to be in the pistol. Hardiman in the pistol. Running backs to his right and behind him. 2-by-1 receiver set.
Got Elijah Green split out wide.
It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to get swallowed up by the defensive line of Southeast. And they were in the backfield as soon as he hiked the ball.
I mean, he's just swallowed up by Terry Flowers. I mean, junior defensive lineman, had a great impact last week. He's been great all throughout the spring and the summer, so we look for him to just make some more impact.
And big Joseph Nguyen, guy, he's got an OBU offer. He's someone in the trenches that makes a definite mark on the game on both sides of the trenches, offensive line and defensive line, as Hardiman is still in the pistol, running back to his right and running back behind him. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Hardiman looking to his right. He's going to loft one up, and that was going to be almost intercepted by number 9, LaDainian Fields. What did you see there?
Not too sure what the freshman was seeing or what he was thinking out there. It could have just been his first key, and he just hit it, just trying to sell that ball out there a little in front of his receiver and in front of the DB to allow him to go make a play on the ball.
We got some substitutions for Classen as they bring their punt team on the field. 4th and 18. Ball's at the 20. 4:18 left in the first quarter. As Meshawn Graham is the punt returner. Classen punts one. It's going to be – he's got some good hang time on that.
Good height on that punt.
That one's going to bounce to about the 50-yard line. So Southeast, another short field to work with.
Hey, but a great high punt by the Classen SAS Comets. I mean, you got to win the kicking game, and you're already in a situation like 21-0. You want to just take advantage of every opportunity you can to get one up on these Spartans.
It's all about stacking little W's, and, that was a good play right there. You didn't let them return the ball. It was a decent punt, didn't get blocked. You get to live the fight another day, as they really need to stop here.
Really need to stop. And again, I mean, the Spartans are getting the ball back going into the 50 of those Classen SAS Comets. I mean, they're just getting good field position overall.
As we see the Southeast Spartans make their way onto the field. Looks like they're going to have 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the right. Single receiver split out to the left. Graham in the backfield with the running back to his left. He drops back the pass. He's going to throw this one deep. Oh, almost caught it. They're going to throw a flag on that one.
I think that's going to be pass interference on number 8 for the Comets.
It didn't look like he turned his head around for that one.
Not at all, but that was a beautiful ball by MJ Graham.
It was almost there. Maybe a little bit more air on that one, and LaDainian could have came down with that. But regardless, it looks like it's going to be a defensive pass interference, but we'll wait on confirmation from the officials. And that looks like that's exactly what it's going to be. So, good play for Southeast. For Classen, you kind of bail them out.
I mean, great play for Southeast. I mean, of course, you want that one-on-one matchup, LaDainian Fields versus the world. But those penalties are going to be detrimental for the Comets.
Oh, no doubt. They're eventually going to bite you. As we've seen early, it already has. Turnovers and penalties have put them in this hole already. As we see Southeast, they've got 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Quarterback's in the shotgun with Fields to his left. Low snap. He's going to roll out to his right, evade pressure, and he's going to scramble here, 30, 25, 20, 15, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. What a play there. Really the athleticism highlighted.
Yeah, great display of his athleticism, getting out that pocket. He's feeling the pocket collapse, so it's just a great instinctual play to get out of there and get some positive yards.
Just the awareness to be able to make that guy miss coming off the edge and just, hey, I'm just going to take this one for an easy, 10, 12 yards.
I mean, when you got a quarterback that's as deadly on the ground as he is in the air, I mean, you're in for a long game, DB.
You're going to have to play him honest, and right there they just, you lost contain on the outside. They've got 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, quarterback in the shotgun, running back off to his left. Quarterback fires it to number 7, his brother Graham. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards on that one. Well, we'll call it 6, actually. Good play design right there. I believe there's a flag on the play. Yes, there is a flag on the play. Waiting to hear confirmation on what that is. They walked the ball up half the distance to the goal.
Penalty against the Comets.
And you just can't have that.
I mean, especially when they're already in the red zone. I mean, just waiting to punch it in the end zone. And
2:52 left in the first quarter. First and goal at the 2-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Graham at quarterback with the running back to his left. And, we'll see what happens here. I have a feeling they're going to give this ball to Fields Jr. Snap. Oh, no, they're going to sling it out. And he's going to make a guy miss. LaDainian Fields trying to fight his way into the end zone, but he's going to be met by a group of Classen SAS defenders that keep him out. But there is a flag on the play as well. What'd you see there, Jamin?
Yep, I was just about to say for that play start, you got to key in on LaDainian Fields. I mean, he's just a one-on-one matchup nightmare. So, I mean, it's a fade in the corner of the end zone is just a piece of cake.
Yeah, I agree. And I like the play design. It was just a better way to defend it by Classen. As it looks like maybe there was a holding penalty on this on that play side by one of those receivers, as it's going to back them up 10 yards. So they're going to have first and goal at the 12-yard line.
And, again, we're already in the red zone, so we got to be disciplined more than anything else.
Graham in the shotgun, Fields to his right, 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Graham drops back the pass, looking left. He's going to toss one to the end zone, and it's going to miss his brother by just a few yards.
Yeah, it looks like quarterback MJ Graham was trying to hurry up and get that out of there. Real decisive with the ball.
I mean, he had something there. They tried to throw it on Elijah Green, number 16 for Classen, and that might, maybe they saw something on film the previous week that they wanted to try to exploit, but I digress. Southeast, they're going to be in the shotgun. Fields to the quarterback's left, 2-by-2 receivers set. It's going to be a handoff to Fields Jr. He's going to cut it back to the left. 5. Touchdown. Powers his way into the end zone. In a big game, I mean, he really is trying to make his case for Big O's Pork and Dreams and Super Prep Player of the Game.
I mean, I know it's premature, but we might see it again. I mean, that's just a great display of all his talents mixed in one. I mean, the defense almost looked lost. I see a lot of backs turn to the ball carrier as he just picked up quick yards and he just took off within the second and third level.
You know, he saw something, he cut it back, and eventually he got into the end zone. So he reached pay dirt, and it's going to be 27-0 Southeast Spartans awaiting the extra point, which they've been perfect on so far tonight.
Yep, after those two freaky formations, we're going to get the second traditional extra point of the night.
Hummingbird waiting the snap. Hummingbird kick is up. It's off the long snapper maybe or blocked. And the whistle's going to blow that one dead. This is not college football. This is not the NFL. You cannot return that for 2 points.
Hey, but he's ready to go. At least we got a guy out there watching a lot of football.
Hey.
Some plays, man.
All I'm saying, if it was, it'd be 27-2.
Man, he would have been ready.
But it is not.
But for Classen last week against Bethel to get one of their punts blocked and to come out here and block one of Southeast's extra kicks, I mean, it's just a great play. Hopefully he can get something going for those comments. They can build off of that.
I'd have to agree. As we have another scoring recap brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. They're definitely getting their money worth tonight. They are offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. And another very quick, fast drive for Southeast, as it looks like they're playing on easy mode tonight so far.
It looks like they are. And, I mean, it looks like we're making A-Plus Lawn Service a lot of money, man.
Oh, hey, they got to be happy tonight that they put that ad money to use, as we see Hummingbird getting ready to set his kicking tee down. And he's got those bright cleats. You can't miss them. You know, I don't know how many kickers you played with, but it seems like every kicker I played with had some bright soccer cleats.
I mean, most of them usually play soccer. I mean, you don't have a lot of kids coming into high school declaring themselves as kickers, so you have to go and reach to your resources and pull some soccer kids, and it usually works out well.
No doubt, no doubt. We don't see a lot of toe punchers anymore. That's more of a 50s, 60s thing. But I digress. We see Southeast getting ready to kick the ball off, 27-0 here. Hummingbird's kick is going to go to number 16, Elijah Green. He's going to go to the right, cut it back to the left. He's going to make a couple guys miss, but he's met by a group of Southeast defenders getting tackled at about the 30 of Classen.
Great form tackle there for the Spartans. We got number 25, Isaiah Santana, sophomore linebacker, coming in for that tackle.
And we'll see if Classen can get something sustained here. As we've kind of highlighted over and over again, they just need to get the little things going, and it'll lead to some points. We've seen it. We've seen it with Southeast. You know, you do the little things right, and it's going to transfer.
But to keep it on the Southeast note, I mean, we got 27-0. What did we have, 26-0 in the first quarter last week?
They get on teams early, don't they? As Classen looking to rewrite that narrative here. Two by two receivers set in the shotgun with the running back to his left, Carlos Hardiman, in at quarterback. They're going to put a receiver in motion, number 7. Hardiman looks to his right, and there's two receivers in the same spot, but number 7's got it. He's going to make a guy miss. He's going to cut it back, 40. He's going to get tripped up, shoestring tackle. It's going to be a first down, as there is an injured Classen Comet on the field.
And we've actually got an injured Spartan coming off the field, number 10. Looks like he was ready for the tackle, Tate Bullock, but it seems like somebody may have stepped on his foot. He's going to come out for a play or two.
And we hope he is all right. As also number 3 for Classen was Mason Fletcher. He also exited the game, looked like his ankle. Hope he's all right and comes back. As Classen looks like they're going to get ready to line up again for another play. They've got 3-by-1 set. 3-by-1 receiver set, quarterback in the shotgun with the running back off to his right, Hardiman in at quarterback. Hardiman snaps the ball. He's looking off to his right. He's going to fire one, and that one's almost intercepted. That was a dangerous pass.
Very dangerous pass, but, I mean, that was a great stunt. Got two Spartans coming off the edge. We got number 57, T.C. Graham, and we also got number 30 again, Terry Flowers.
As 20 seconds left in the first quarter, 2nd and 10 from Classen zone 41. As we'll see, they want some positive yards here. They just don't want to go backwards.
I mean, that's the only focal point they really need to have right now, DB. Just don't move backwards, step by step. Any positive yardage you can get is a good play.
Classen getting ready to line up here. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They might have to call a timeout here, and they will call a timeout. Maybe they might not have gotten it. As looks like the refs are trying to confirm. They're talking it out. Don't believe he got the timeout in time. They're going to take the – oh, no. Looks like the refs have decided that they are going to let the timeout come into effect. No penalty. Flag is waved. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. 27-0 Spartans.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Jamin, what do you think Classen is talking about here?
Hopefully they're talking about alignment, communication from the line and back. Everybody needs to be on the same page, and that seems like what we haven't been getting a lot of from the comments.
And, I'd like to see them incorporate Elijah Green a little bit more like they started the game off with, trying to get the ball in his hands. And he is he's one of the most talented players on the team, I should say, and you need to get the ball to your playmakers.
Definitely a highly touted, highly recruited player, but number 7, Aaron Underwood, has been a factor of this game. I want to see him get a few more touches, get this offense rolling.
And Classen's going to have a 2nd and 10 from their own 41, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to be in the pistol, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to motion one of the backs out of the – oh, Hardiman fires one up.
Nearly
almost
picked
intercepted.
by MJ Graham.
Almost intercepted.
And that's that matchup we were talking about in the beginning of the game. Elijah Green, again, one of their best athletes on the field. And we got quarterback turned lockdown corner, MJ Graham,
Looks
making
like
that play.
There's going to be a flag on the field. I think that is against Southeast. And it looks like it is. They're going to march the ball up the field into Southeast territory for a first down. So
First
Southeast.
big break for the Comets.
Oh, no doubt. Southeast is going to bail out the Comets. So, hey, it doesn't count as a first down, but they get the chains moving regardless.
Yep, they finally get to the 50. It seems like enough room to just make a shot for the end zone before you go in the locker room for halftime.
Classen still in the pistol, 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left.
Looks like we get offsides from the Spartans, number 57.
What was that, T.C. Graham? Yep, T.C. Graham's going to hop offsides. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction, offsides, 5 yards.
Yeah.
And
just a little eager. I mean, we saw his great pressure a couple plays ago. I mean, he can smell the quarterback. I mean, he just wants to throw him on the ground. He's ready.
And, I mean, we've seen this drive so far, two straight penalties from Southeast's defense as Classen back up to the line in the pistol, 2-by-1 receiver set, 2 backs in the pistol set. Oh, and they're going to get him again, another free 5 yards as Southeast's defensive line has got to hold their water here.
We got to give credit where credit is due. It seems like Classen SAS is getting a little bit more communication and getting those Spartans to jump off sides to get some yardage.
Oh, I'd have to agree. And, you got to commend the quarterback there. He's a freshman, but, it takes a special freshman to be able to get 2 straight plays of guys jumping off sides.
Yes, sir. Tall task.
As Classen, they've got 2-by-1 receivers set, still in that pistol formation with 2 backs in the pistol, 1 to his right and 1 behind him.
He's over there talking to Elijah Green for the play. Let's key in on him.
As Hardiman going to check with the sideline here. They might be changing the play. Every player is looking at their wrist for the play call sheet, and looks like there's going to be another delayed game against Classen.
And again, I mean, these penalties being more and more detrimental for this team. I mean, they just used great tactics to their advantage to get Southeast to finally jump off on defense. But now, I mean, it's just shooting them in themselves in the foot.
And you never want to move the ball backwards on your, stuff you can control, especially like a delay of game, as they're going to be in that pistol set, 2-by-1 receiver set, 2 backs in the pistol with the quarterback. Hardeman's going to fire it to number 3, and he's going to get swallowed. He's going to get tackled. That's going to be a fumble. Nope, they're going to blow it dead. Looks like number 3 is going to be down again. That's going to be Mason Fletcher.
Great open field tackle.
As Mason Fletcher limping a little bit. We saw him go out earlier, so, he's kind of playing through something. You like to see a player like that with some heart right there.
Right. I mean, he's a junior, so he's one of these guys that's been here through those hard times, and he wants to be a part of this culture rebuild, so he wants to do everything he can for his team.
As Classen, they've got 7 seconds left in the first quarter, 2nd and 15. Ball's going to be on the Southeast 41-yard line. As they're going to stay in the pistol formation here, 2-by-1 receiver set, 2 backs in the pistol with the quarterback. Hardeman gets the snap. He looks to his left. He fires it. He's going to loft one way over the head of Elijah Green. Elijah Green looks a little frustrated.
Looks like he wanted a pass interference on that play.
And, if you're Elijah Green, you can't let your other teammates see you frustrated, because that's gonna what you can say, mutate to the other players, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I mean, exactly like you said, DB, that's spot on. I mean, one of the most athletic guys on the team, definitely one of the most high recruited guys on this team. So whether he likes it or not, he's a natural leader.
That's going to be 3rd and 15 from the Southeast 41 for Classen with a single second left in the first quarter. 27-0 ball game for Southeast. As Classen, they're going to sub out 2 linemen. Nope, the linemen are going to run back on the field.
And
little bit of
the clock is at 5.
Little bit of a miscommunication problem. They've got
3, 2, 1, and they get the snap off.
Did they get it off? Well, Hardeman's going to fire one up, and it's going to be intercepted. Southeast has got it. LaDainian Fields is going to take it. 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, tackled at about the 19-yard line. What a play. You don't test that man.
I mean, yeah, what a play. I mean, those problems didn't matter as he comes for the easy interception. I mean, as soon as he gets the ball, you see him turn on those jets to get to the other side of the 50. About where did he get, DB?
He got about the 19-yard line. I was kind of confused. I didn't think they had gotten the playoff, but that's going to end the first quarter. Heck of a way to end the first quarter. 27-0, Spartans. And they're going to take it over at the Classen 19 when we get back.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Welcome back. Second quarter here. 27-0 Spartans over the Comets. And, Southeast looking to build on that lead as they're going to get the ball at the Classen 19-yard line. I almost said DB. Jamin, JD, I guess I should call you. What have you seen so far that has just went wrong for Classen?
I mean, before I start, Spartans just taking over this game, 27-0. I thought we were going into halftime, but no, we're going in that second quarter. The Classen SAS Comets just got to clean it up. They got to play disciplined football. I mean, they just been killed by penalties. I think if you kill the penalties, I mean, they've done great as far as getting Southeast off and getting some penalty yards.
Southeast going to be in the shotgun 2-by-2 receiver set. They're going to motion number 7, Meshawn Graham. Quarterback Graham looks, fires deep. This is going to be over the head of his intended target. Trying to get a number right there, but regardless, Michael Graham Jr. looked like he had a couple guys he could have got the ball to there, but shoot, sailed a little bit over their head. But that's what happens sometimes.
That's what happens. Me specifically, I was looking at Carmelo Bullock. He was just antsy before the snap and just seeing his jump off the ball. He was ready.
As it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line for Southeast. Southeast got 3 receivers to the right in the shotgun. Graham's going to be a screen pass to Fields Jr. He's going to take it 10-5. He's going to run through a guy. Touchdown. Wow, what a play there.
Great execution by the offensive line. I mean, they had those Comets fooled as they come up ready to make those key blocks to get in the end zone.
And I mean, they had the perfect time to call the screen there, as you saw. The defensive line just run straight up the field, and he had no one around him until he got to about the three-yard line or so. And there's nothing you could stop. You can't stop a train.
Nothing you can stop. And I think the Classen Comets are seeing some stuff that they're not used to, not even the slightest.
Oh, I'd have to agree. As we see Southeast here getting ready to have another extra point, they've been – well, I believe they haven't been perfect. They missed the last one, so they're 1 for 2. As Hummingbird awaiting the snap. Hummingbird gets it. That one's going to get kicked into the ground. Maybe got off the ground about 2 inches.
Yeah, I thought we had some Comets jump off early, but I guess not. Another failed extra point. We got to tighten that up.
We definitely do have to tighten that up. As another scoring recap brought to you by A+ Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. They're offering a weed killer special of $49 even for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. And, I mean, they got to start the drive at the 10. So that's the scoring recap. They started the drive at 10, took them 2 plays to score.
About the quickest recap we can get tonight, right, DB?
It is definitely the quickest recap we can get tonight. 11:37 left in the second quarter. The score is 33-0 Spartans over the Comets. As we're awaiting the kickoff from Southeast. And, we might even see rotations and subs in the first half from Southeast.
Yep, I mean, you're pretty early in the second quarter. We got 33-0 already. Like to see those young guys as that young unit came in, and they scored a couple touchdowns in that second half last week.
We saw Tay Bullock get reps at quarterback last week as well in the mop-up duty. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that, as the listed backup for them is not Tay Bullock. But I digress, as Hummingbird, he's getting ready to kick this one back off to Classen. Classen, they could use a really good return to kind of spark something here.
Or Southeast could maybe just do a short kick situation, catch them off guard, get that ball again, just get back in the end zone.
I wouldn't hate it. Southeast, Hummingbird kicks it. It's going to go to about the 15. Elijah Green's going to take it 20, 25. He's going to get tackled at about the 25, 26-yard line. Solid hit.
Great outside containment by number 8, Noel Gutierrez, senior again. He's been great on special teams.
Oh, I'm sure he's a leader on that team, as he's been making a lot of plays tonight and the previous week.
Yep, coming up from that safety position. I mean, he's the last line of defense. So, I mean, you want your last line of defense coming downhill, ready to get that ball out. Like you mentioned on his first tackle, just great technique and trying to get that ball out.
As we see Classen here, they're going to keep Carlos Hardiman at quarterback. Hardiman's going to be in the empty set, 2x2 receiver set. Nope, the running back's going to be sprinting onto the field.
Dead spread, he almost slipped.
Running back off to the quarterback's right. Hardiman's going to send number 7 in motion. They're going to hand it off to number 7 on a jet sweep motion, and he's going to gain no yards. He's going to lose about 3 on the play.
As we just talked about him, Tay Bullock coming downfield. Great tackle.
Tay Bullock, he is someone that's going to smack you on the defensive end, but he's someone that's also going to throw dimes and run past you on the offensive end. So something to keep an eye out for is Tay Bullock on both sides of the field. tonight and for the rest of his future here at Southeast.
And a lot of these Spartans playing both sides of the ball, I think that's just another testament to the physicality that Matt Lane is instilling in these guys.
As we see Classen here, they're going to have 2x2 receivers set in the shotgun with the running back off to the quarterback's left. It's going to send another number 3 in motion, and it's going to be a fake jet sweep handoff to the quarterback. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards on the play. It's going to set up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 or so. We're waiting on an official spot.
Hey, and I mean, that's what you want to see from the comments. I mean, 3rd manageable.
And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 8 from the comments' own 28-yard line. The ref is tying a player's shoe right now. You love to see that.
DB, I can't say I've ever seen that before. I need to have a talk with any referee that I've had in my days. Never seen that generosity.
I've not either. As a class in here, they're looking to have some generosity of their own on offense here on 3rd and 8 in the pistol. And there's going to be a pre-snap penalty that looks like it could be false start. Nope, it's going to be offsides. It's going to be offsides on Southeast. That's going to move the ball up, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. 3rd and very manageable for class in here. They can get a first down right here.
I mean, you hate to see that. Last week we get no penalties on defense. This time I've counted at least 3. We got to tighten that up. Got to communicate.
As we await here, Classen to snap the ball, they're going to stay in the same formation. Pistol formation, 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Hardiman. 2x1 receiver set. It's going to pass it to the left, Elijah Green, and that one's going to hit him in the hands, and he's going to drop it. I'm not sure if he took his eye off the ball there, but they try to get him the ball there.
I don't think that was the best ball placement. Number 7 coming in for the Spartans. We got Myshawn Graham coming through. I think he made a great play on the ball.
Oh, we've got an unsportsmanlike penalty against number 7, Myshawn Graham. He looks very confused as to why he got that flag.
And, hey, I mean, he might have been letting them know, hey, don't throw it this way because I'm coming. I want that ball, and I'm taking it to the end zone.
I'm not it didn't look like he did anything. I'm sure it might have been something he verbally said. You know, we have heard before the year started, I believe OSSAA, they put something out about certain things that they were going to be, kind of highlighting from an official standpoint this year. So I believe that was one of them.
I mean, that's going to be challenging for these young guys. I mean, they're coming out, they're passionate, they're coming out, strapping up with their brothers, going to war. And when you're up 33-0 in the second quarter and you make a good play, I mean, why not let your defender know what you're planning to do?
I agree the same way. And, it's going to be another first down by penalty for Classen here. Classen in the shotgun, 3x1 receiver set, running back off to the quarterback's right. Hardiman gets the ball. He's going to look to his left. He's going to throw it on one-on-one coverage to Elijah Green. The safety over the top disrupts that play. They had something there, but good play by the defense of Southeast.
Yeah, Classen SAS just taking a shot, throws it into double coverage. That's a great play on the ball by number 10, Tay Bullock.
Tay Bullock. It seems like we said his name, and now we're saying his name even more.
I mean, he's coming up on that defensive side of the ball.
He almost picked that one off, too. It was beautiful the way he played it right there as Classen looking to kind of do the same thing, get Elijah Green one-on-one as they're going to be in the shotgun here, 3x1 receiver set. And they're going to throw it again to Elijah Green. Elijah's going to catch this one this time for about a 5-yard gain.
I mean, it just seems like they ran that same play over again. Let's look for him. Let's keep hitting him. MJ Graham's usually a lockdown corner, but he's just playing with a little cushion.
You don't want to get beat deep. You'll give up the easy stuff, right, Jamin?
Yeah, you can give the easy stuff. You talk about a guy 6'5" with that type of speed. You don't want to give anybody like that any type of cushion.
Especially a guy that just got, his first SEC offer.
Woo pig.
Yep, Sam Pittman trying to build something down there. We'll see what Classen's building here on 3rd and 3 in the shotgun, 2x2 receiver set. Number 7 coming in on the motion. It's going to be rollout for Hardiman, and, he gets smacked. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Hardiman gets up off the turf. There's going to be a flag as well on that.
I mean, every receiver's defended on that play. I mean, you hate to see it, but he's got to take that hit.
A big hit that Hardiman took, and as a freshman, that's something that he's really going to learn from, how to take a hit and also just to be prepared to get hit.
Yeah, it only takes taking one of those hits to know you can't take too many more.
Classen here on 4th and 3. Looks like they're going to say we have to get something going, so we're going to go for it. Looks like they're going to forget the punt formation here.
I mean, it's great to finally see him ditch the punt and just be aggressive and take a shot.
You're down 33-0. You might as well get a little aggressive here. In the shotgun for Classen is Hardiman. 2x2 receiver set, running back off to the right on 4th and 3 from the Southeast 45. Hardiman's looking for Elijah Green. That pass is over his head. Elijah Green, nothing he could do there. Good coverage by Michael Graham Jr.
Yeah, great coverage and just great timing by that box. I mean, I'm seeing those defensive line and linebackers just being disciplined, staying in their position, staying in their gap. I mean, being gap sound is very important because being gap sound allows other players at the back of the defense to just be the playmakers that they are.
Exactly, and, with 5:53 left in the second quarter with the score of 33-0 for the Spartans, we'll see what the strategy kind of is here, Are they just going to try to go score right now? You don't change the approach, or, do you try to sustain a drive here, kind of work the clock here and just, go up 40-0 or so, 39-0 at half. Interesting for Matt Lane here, as we still see the number ones out in a 33-0 ball game. Michael Graham's going to be in an empty set, 2x1 receiver set. They're going to motion LaDainian Fields across the formation. LaDainian Fields going to get it on a handoff, and he's going to run all the way. He's going to take it to the 40, 35, 30, 25. He's going to make a guy miss, get tackled at the 19, 18-yard line. What a play. I thought he was going out.
I mean, he's just Wile E. Coyote. Closer and closer he gets to the sideline. I mean, Classen SAS is trying to set the edge, but he just runs around his defender with ease.
There is a flag on the field after that play, but, yeah, he really did look like Wile E. Coyote, kind of a balancing act on the tightrope there, as he definitely showing his athletic ability there. But that play will be nullified by, I believe, a holding penalty.
And you hate to see it, DB. I mean, you don't want to see penalties plague both sides, especially when it's so one-sided of a game.
And, this is something that Southeast has done this week and last week. They put themselves behind the chains early in downs. So it hasn't cost them yet. They haven't had, they've been able to dig out of every hole they've put themselves in. As they're in the empty set again with Michael Graham Jr. He's going to motion Fields Jr. to the right, and Fields going to cut back. He's going to cut it all the way back. He's got blockers, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Fields Jr. He cuts a play all the way back and makes Classen pay.
I mean, that's just great field vision by Rodney Fields. I mean, he doesn't like what he sees coming on the right, hits the brakes, and just hits the jets, and nobody can catch him.
And I saw a huge block. I did not get the number by who, but there was a player down by a Classen player down. I saw a huge block that might have been a blindside crackback block, but no flag on the play. We hope that player is all right.
Yes, we hope that player is all right, but that's definitely going to be on that kid's huddle. I mean,
as somebody that played high school football in the state, Casey Thompson one time juked me out. The quarterback, former quarterback of Texas, current quarterback in Nebraska, he juked me out, and as soon as he did it, I said, damn, I'm going to be on his huddle.
I mean, it happens, DB. I mean, that's just a part of football. I mean, you make those plays, you can put it on your film, and then you're just going to be on the other end. It's just a natural part of the game.
Exactly.
Man.
It's just something that it's just funny. I don't know about you, but for me, our film sessions sometimes, especially after a W, was kind of a clown fest.
Definitely.
You kind of making fun of certain plays that you did, certain plays the opponents did. You remember certain things about, you were like, I was thinking like, damn, y'all gonna roast me, and that's just how it is. But it's all love, though, right?
It's all love. ADB, when you go out and you practice hard and you handle business on Friday, I mean, you get that luxury to just be a little laxed in the film session and be able to actually laugh at some of those plays where if you would have lost, you might have been doing some conditioning for those.
Oh, I agree with you. And it looks like number 51, Israel Chukwu, is walking up under his own power, and he's going to be all right.
And he's been pretty active for that Comets defense tonight. Hopefully he's all right. We get to see him again tonight.
Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. As Southeast here, going to try for another extra point, 39-0 with 4:26 left in the second quarter, and Classen jumps off sides. So maybe if you're Matt Lane, you go for two here at the 1 yard line.
ADB, I think it's a sign. I mean, just to have a couple extra points not be successful, but one of the two freaky formations working. I mean, why not try it again?
Yeah, you put it on film for a reason. Looks like they're just going to be content with trying to get the extra point here. Maybe it'll help out Hummingbird the last 2 times they've gone for an extra point. It has not been successful, so we'll see if it is from a shorter distance.
I mean, we do want to establish some rapport on these extra points because these are going to be the game breakers when we get down to playing some better competition throughout the season.
Hummingbird's kick is good, so he's 50-50 for the night. It's going to be 40-0 Spartans, 4:26 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back. We are back. Devin Bajek here, Jamin Dawson to my left. We got another scoring recap brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. They are offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. Another quick scoring recap, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, what you saying is the radio just turned out. We had some God's plan playing, and I think for the Spartans, I mean, it's God's plan to just continue the steamroll of a game.
And we'll see how long they can keep this shutout streak going. They've had an official shutout streak of 5 official quarters. If they finish this one out in the second quarter, they'll have 6 straight quarters and no points allowed. And that's solid football, obviously, as Hummingbird kicks the ball off. It's going to be a little bit of a sky kick and a squib kick mixed into one. The return man's going to make another man miss, makes 2 people miss, 3 people miss, and the original tackler that missed gets it. I believe that was that Gutierrez?
Yes, sir, I believe it was. And the returner, I mean, he's just a little unsure when he's going for the return, so he doesn't get that many yards. I mean, the defense has already caught up to you.
And Classen here, they've got to kind of take the score out of it, just take it play by play.
Yeah, just like you said, DV, I mean, I'm sure the coaches aren't even encouraging their players to look at the score. I doubt they're looking at the scoreboard anymore. They're locked in on the field, making sure everybody's on their assignments, reading their keys so they can execute and possibly get in the end zone.
As we see Classen here, they're going to line up in the pistol. Hardiman back at quarterback. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2-by-1 receiver set. They're going to send the number 3 on a motion. Hardiman's going to look to his left, look right, throw it, and that one's going to skip the turf. That one was intended for number 6, Isaac Rayburn.
That was just great defense by LaDainian Fields. I mean, the way he was playing the receiver, it almost looked like he was running the route when the ball got close.
As Classen here, they have a 2nd and 10, 3:58 left in the second quarter. Ball on their own 36-yard line. Looking to get anything going really on offense positively. They've got 2-by-2 receiver set. Quarterback is in the shotgun with the running back off to his right. Hardiman lifts his leg, sends number 7 in motion. They're going to fake the jet sweep. Hardiman's going to keep it, and he's going to gain about 3 yards on the play. It's going to set up 3rd and 7. I like that play.
Yep, great play call by Classen SAS. I mean, they just get the defense off, and then your last line of defense, Noel Gutierrez, comes in and makes the tackle.
As we got a Classen player trying to tie cleats with gloves on, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, for those people that have never tried to do that, I mean, it's mission impossible, no Tom Cruise.
I would have to agree. Tom Cruise, man, making that moolah, but I digress. We've got Classen back in the pistol formation, 2-by-1 receiver set. Hardiman in the shotgun. Hardiman's going to hand it off to number 7, and he's going to be met by a wall of Spartan defenders.
And that defense just coming like they did last week. I mean, dominating the line of scrimmage, forcing that 4th down for the Comets.
And that's going to force a 4th and 10 from about Classen's own 30, 37-yard line. Believe Klassen's lining up for a punt here. We'll see. Maybe they do something tricky. I doubt it with 2:35 and counting left in the second quarter.
Man, it's time to get tricky, DB. I mean, how many punts are we going to see tonight?
We might set a record for 5A. Not sure what it is off the top of my head. Klassen's going to get this one off in time. That was very close. Looked like Southeast had 3 or 4 guys that almost blocked that one.
And well enough, I mean, it takes a Southeast bounce just to get on that side of the 50 as this offense comes back on the field.
And we'll see if they can get some more points.
I mean, hopefully we can see some substitutions. I would love to see some more Spartans come out here and make plays. We got to get these young guys out here. I mean, it's week 2. You usually don't get this opportunity this early in the game to get rotations going.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see what their strategy is second half, but Southeast is definitely going to have if the score holds and nothing crazy happens, they're going to have an opportunity to play some of their younger guys. But with 2 minutes and counting left in the second quarter, Southeast is going to try to add another touchdown to their lead of 40-0. Looks like they're going to have the quarterback in the shotgun, 2-by-2 receiver set. Quarterback drops back. He's going to throw it deep to number 1, Chauncey Law, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, great job by Chauncey Law trying to adjust his route to the ball, but just don't get that connection that time.
It was good coverage by number 3 for Classen, Mason Fletcher. 1:40 left in the second quarter. 2-by-2 receiver set in the shotgun with the running back off to his right. Michael Graham Jr. in at quarterback. He's going to fire it to Chauncey Law. Chauncey Law is going to make a guy miss. He's going to go off to the right, 30, 25. He's pushed out at the 25-yard line. As you see him there get loose and get to the sideline there.
And we're seeing him become more active on offense. I mean, of course, and he's being impactful. I mean, it's just a great play to get the spin, get back to the sideline, and get as many yards as you can.
You know, I'm not comparing Chauncey Law to Debo Samuel, but they kind of have him in a Debo Samuel role, really. You know, have him motioning across the field, getting handoffs, doing little quick passes to get him involved. And you'd like to see that. Southeast gets the snap. Michael Graham Jr. running off to his left. He's going to make a guy miss. 20-15, high-stepping to his 10 of the class.
He looks like he runs over the small pile of defenders.
You see him high-stepping a little bit there as he gets taken down at about the class and 10-yard line. A little bit of flash, a little bit of style to that run.
He's really been able to show off his speed getting out of that pocket when he needs to.
30 seconds left in the second quarter of a 40-0 Southeast game so far tonight. 25 seconds ticking. 2-by-2 receiver set in the shotgun. Graham looks off to his right. He's going to fire it deep, and Ladanian Fields wide open for another touchdown. Southeast gets a touchdown to move the lead 46-0, awaiting the extra point.
I mean, easy touchdown, good composure by MJ Graham looking left and right, and I mean, it's just a piece of toast getting the ball to Ladanian Fields. I mean, he just lost his defender. He got lost in the sauce.
There's not too many people that can match up with him. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Elijah Green put on him. You know, they're about the same size. They they look like they have a similar speed. So we'll see. We'll keep our eye on that.
I agree, DB. I mean, it's great comparisons. They're attributes, of course, but, I mean, you would just like to see best player on best player.
Hummingbird awaiting the snap for the extra point. Tay Bullock, the holder. And there's going to be a pre-snap penalty. The extra point was good, though. We'll see if they can repeat it again if they have to repeat this. Not sure if it was on Classen or if it was on Southeast.
One thing I have noticed, DB, is that number 10, Tay Bullock, wasn't doing a majority of the holding last game, but that seems like to be one of the changes they've made this week in practice.
You know, they might have felt the need to get a more athletic guy out there, maybe, you know, someone sure-handed. So maybe that's the reason. We'll have to ask Matt Lane next week.
Right, sure-handed, but, I mean, also athletic, because when you get those bad catches, I mean, you got to pick it up and go. There's no time to think.
As Hummingbird is back, they're going to try the extra point again.
And it's
going to get blocked. It's going to get blocked by number 7 of Classen. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. 46-0 Spartans over the Comets. We got another scoring recap brought to you by A+ Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. They're offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot front and back, or $225 per acre. give them a call today at 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382, and they're definitely getting their money's worth tonight, as Southeast is getting their money's worth tonight, and their fans are.
Right. Speaking of the game, it was great to see Southeast in a time-sensitive situation to get that ball in the end zone. Because, I mean, sometimes you're going to be in 2-minute situations, sometimes you're going to be in 1-minute situations. But just to keep that pace and get in the end zone, great job out of coaching staff and great execution by the players.
I'd have to agree. It's very good to get that kind of stuff on film, just to coach it up. You know, you guys did it once, you know, just to improve on different things or just highlight different things. And it's good for other teams to see that on film, too. You can kind of sway teams one way. Maybe they think you do, you know, certain percentages wise and hurry up, and you can kind of mess with the numbers, I guess you could say, in terms of run pass. But I digress. As Hummingbird looking to kick this one off with 16 seconds left. Not sure if Classen is going to get a play on offense, but we'll see. Hummingbird awaiting the signal. He kicks this one off. Goes off the hands of number 12. Looks like a little bit of confusion. He's going to pick this one up, run straight to the sideline, make a guy miss. He's going to be met by two or three Southeast players. And there's going to be 6 seconds left in the second quarter. 5 seconds, excuse me.
That's number 23, Luis Sepulveda, coming through there, coming over the top to clean up that pile.
And you love to see that. You know, the team is still playing hard on special teams. A very good kick coverage unit right there.
I mean, I think from analyzing their mistakes from last game and currently this game that they're tightening up on kicking game. They know kicking game is a very important phase of the game, so they got to tighten up and chase perfection.
And we'll see what Classen is going to do with 5 seconds left. Hardiman in the shotgun, 3-by-1 receiver set. Hardiman's going to snap the ball. He's going to throw it to his left. It's going to land into the stomach of number 16, Elijah Green, and it's going to bounce off of his stomach. So that's going to end this in the second quarter. It's going to be 46-0 Southeast going into the half over the Classen Comets.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans! What is your profession?
And welcome back to the Southeast Classen game. Southeast up 46-0 at the half. The halftime is brought to you by Langston University. We'll hear more about them after that, but we've got the athletic director of Classen here, Mr. Hunt. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And what do you think about tonight's game? I mean, it's not going your guys' way, but, I mean, you got to like how the guys are fighting, though, regardless of the adversity they face their way.
Yeah, they won't quit. They won't lay down, but we knew Southeast was a good squad. They were well coached, and they got a ton of talent over there, young talent on top of that. So it was going to be an uphill battle, but they're doing a heck of a job, and the scoreboard may not be indicative of the benefit this game may bring our team.
Oh, no doubt. And, you know, as the athletic director, what are some of the things that you're looking to bring this out, or bring to class in, and I guess kind of what are some of the things culturally that you want to do in terms of the athletics department?
You know, a lot of it's on display right now. If you look at our home side, I mean, we have a ton of participation when it comes to our student body, our administrators, our teachers, and everybody else that is associated with being a Comet. So that was my focal point when everything changed and the merger happened 4 years ago, was to just make sure we're all on the same page, and that family unity is crucial in order to have success, not just on the field and the course, but also in the classroom and in all the VPA programs we have. We have a tremendous visual performing arts department and programs with the orchestra and the dance and all the other things that come with that skill set. So our kids are very diverse in so many things that we got to make sure that unity and being one was a key element in my approach. So like I said, as you can see right now, we got tons of student body here, and regardless of what it says on that scoreboard, they're going to support their classmates and their colleagues, and that's a positive for me for our programs.
And at the end of the day, I mean, it's all about having fun, and you know, that's what high school sports are at the end of the day, is just having fun with your people you grew up with, really. And it's really nice to hear you trying to just bring together the unity factor of it. And you know, I've doing a little bit of research on class, and you guys have you have such a rich history, but you also have so many different like on-campus clubs and different things, you know, outside of athletics that you know, people can be a part of, and I think that's good as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, we literally offer something for almost every single young person that comes in and accepted to our school. They come for a specific reason, whether it's going to be academics with IB programs, or if they're coming, like I said, for dance or orchestra or band or ceramics or editing or theater and drama. all the arts. I mean, we have some phenomenal artists. I love when our kids give me something to display in classrooms or just to have personally, because they are very talented, and some of them go all the way, all across this country and extend those talents in other states and put our name and being a Comet back on the map. So that is very unique. We have a great student body, and like I said, as you can see, we come from all walks of life, all socioeconomic backgrounds, different dynamics all over the place. But when it's Friday night like it is tonight, we're all one, and we support each other in everything we do. And that is a key element to being a Comet and something special about our programs. I mean, we've had tremendous athletic success over the last 4 years, but that's indicative of those kids making a commitment and being able to balance both. And we make sure that we are very diligent about their academics and giving them the opportunities to take care of their classwork. I had a softball game today. I'm the head softball coach, and I had a young lady studying for a math quiz in the dugout. Dead serious. I'm not exaggerating. And I was like, what are you studying for? And she's got her book open, rewriting her notes, because she's just a pinch runner for her. So she knows, and she's just getting acclimated to the game, never played before. So, you know, that's kind of the realm and the environment we want to build. I'm not going to hold anything against that young lady, of course. I'm not going to tell her put her book up. No, study. Even though it's Friday and you got this test on Monday, I want you to study and know those words and know that content so you're prepared. And being prepared is a key element for it, whether it's for that test next week or in 4 years, because she's a freshman, in 4 years when she's ready to go to the next level and go on to college somewhere. So, I mean, we had over $770,000 in athletic scholarships awarded last year, and you know, I have a good feeling that number is just going to keep increasing, and that's just on the athletic side. We go into the academia, and I mean, we got a lot of young people that are going on and reaching those goals and those expectations that they set for themselves, and then we set for them also.
And then I guess one of the last questions I have is, personally, what's the most rewarding part of this job for you personally? Is it just seeing the progression like you talked about from a freshman that's just trying to, you know, get her math grades right while trying to figure out sports and other things like that? Or what, you know, personally, what is your favorite thing about the job?
I mean, I know it's going to sound cliche, but for the people that know me and for these young people out here that know me, they know that is the reward, is when I come to a football game and it's, Coach, what's up, Coach? Hey, you need help in the concession, Coach? And they're picking up trash and they're talking to people and they're you know, opening up dialogue with different people and introducing themselves to people, and not just walking around with headphones on and a hoodie on and falling off in the corner. Like, no, you need to engage with people, and these are skill sets that are going to help you, you know, throughout life. It's not, you can make a, you know, 33 on ACT, but if you don't know how to exchange dialogue and have a conversation with somebody, you know, our intelligence could be hindered by that inability. So, you know, making sure that they're social and they feel good and confident about who they are, and that's probably the most rewarding thing. Is it doesn't matter what walk of life those kids come from. They know if they see me, they can run up on me in a heartbeat, and they can speak and they can say something. I've got a young man right over there right now, and I won't say his name, but he's known. He's a senior this year in his freshman year. I mean, I know he doesn't come from a background where they have, you know, a lot of disposable income, so he's quick to come find me, because he know I'm going to give him a hot dog. I'm going to give him a bag of Skittles or something. I'm going to give him something to tide him over for the game. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, you know. And I don't say that because ain't no kudos coming, you know what I mean? Yeah. Ain't nobody going to put a feather in my cap. Oh, no, this is what I do every single day. It's my 13th year, and before this, I used to run a detention center. So my 20-year career is working with at-risk youth and adolescents has always been around making sure that, you know, at the end of the day, they become productive people in society and get to live the lives that they want to live. And that's how it's going to go about doing it, you know, is hands-on every day. I can come sit in the booth. But you see, I had to run up here and like, hey, y'all ready for this? Because I've been out there talking to different kids and making sure football's good and referees got water and everything else, and kids are, you know, happy and having a good time and everybody's behaving, and, you know, we don't have any incidents like, you know, other individuals may have, but, you know, that's what it is. I can't just rub elbows with all the admin and hope that a title's going to move me up. I got to make sure these kids are squared away. I got to make sure that I'm doing the things necessary to make sure that everybody gets home safe, have a good time, enjoy themselves, and have access to this wonderful opportunity to play football on Friday night. And I really appreciate you guys coming out and broadcasting and bringing so much recognition to our high school football here. It's really appreciated, really appreciate it.
We thank you for making the time for us, and you know, we'll get more into the second half activities when it gets underway here in about 3 minutes or so.
Sweet, sweet, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, welcome back. Devin Bajek here, Jamin Dawson to my left. We're about a minute 40 away from second half kickoff of the Southeast Spartans and Classen Comets here in week 2 of the high school season.
Let's give a shout out to our halftime sponsor, Langston University. If you've ever considered becoming a nurse or physical therapist, you should enroll today at Langston University. LU is one of the leading state universities in producing nurses and physical therapists. Learn more by going online at langston.edu.
Langston, you know, I've been there a few times. It is a lively place.
Hey, I mean, my mom's an alum, and if you meet any Langston alum, I mean, you're not going to get through 1 second of the conversation without you knowing that they came from Langston University.
It being the only HBCU in Oklahoma, it's a very significant thing, and it's awesome that they sponsor this and that they do a lot of community outreach stuff. So shout out Langston University.
Yeah, shout out LU.
As we await the second half activities, festivities, whatever you want to call it, 45 seconds away. I mean, Jamin, what do you think Classen's got to do here to, get a touchdown on the board?
I mean, for starters, I mean, it starts with body language. I mean, I know it's been a long game, 46-0, and not one man is responsible for this, but you got to assume responsibility as a team. You got to regroup coming out of halftime. We got to clean up penalties, which is honestly the biggest factor to me after recurring this game back in my mind. And then they just got to keep mixing it up on offense. You can't go with the vanilla offense, especially with an aggressive defense as Southeast. So I just want to see them mix it up a little more and continue to try to get Southeast off sides. I mean, they've done great with getting them penalized and doing good with those yards.
We have talked a little bit about just getting Elijah Green involved more on the offensive side. We see him warming up with number 1, Carlos Hardiman. We don't know if he's just throwing the ball to throw the ball or what, but that'll be something to keep an eye out for if they keep going with Carlos Hardiman or they make a switch at quarterback and go with Elijah Green again. As he did, you mentioned earlier in the pregame, he did play quarterback last season for this team.
Yep, I mean, one of your bigger leaders, I mean, he stepped up when you needed to play quarterback, and, I mean, he didn't just play it. I mean, he went out there and he actually played it well.
You said he threw for over 1,000 yards last year.
Surpassed 1,000 yards for 7 touchdowns in the air, going with 83 rushing attempts for 261 yards, while also maintaining his receiver duties. I mean, you talk about a Swiss Army knife because he's a leader as a DB on their defense as well.
And you cannot just overstate that. Football, you need the ball to your playmakers, and they got to get the ball in Elijah Green's hand more. Not just his. I mean, they have a few other guys like Mason Fletcher, who he's made a couple plays tonight. Number 3, Mason Fletcher. They've tried to get the ball to Isaac Rayburn, number 6. Just really haven't had success in terms of that, but they'll be looking to change that in the second half as it's a 0-0 game.
Right, and along with all those great players, as you mentioned, we can't forget about number 7, Aaron Underwood. I mean, he hasn't been a focal point of this offense or got a lot of touches, but when he has, he's made the most of them. So I'd like to see him get a little more involved on the offensive side.
And, I said 0-0 game because a lot of coaches, regardless of if you're blowing a team out or if it's a close one, or if you're getting blown out, they'll say, kind of, hey, guys, this second half is 0-0 because it is. It's a whole different start of a kind of a new game, sort of,
I mean, you're exactly right, DB. I mean, you have to come out of that locker room with it being 0-0. I mean, a mindset of 46-0 is just going to get you in a slump, and it's going to build a great comeback for those Comets. So you want to keep your foot on the gas.
I agree, and what a beautiful night in Oklahoma City. See the moon just looking beautiful. Looks like a big cheese puff.
I wish we could have caught it at halftime, but it was turning a little red as it was rising. But now the moon looks clear and it's shining in its fullness.
As Hummingbird looking to get the fullness of the ball in this kick here. I don't know if that was a good pun or not, but regardless, I said it. Hummingbird's going to kick this one. It's going to be kicked to about the 25-yard line, picked up by number 3, Fletcher, and he's going to go about a few yards or so, I should say. He's going to get to about the 32-yard line, 31-yard line.
I like those dad jokes, DB. Keep them coming, man.
Hey, this is coming from a guy that wears flip-flops a lot, so just need the kid.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that has New Balance 992s on. I mean, I'm not getting endorsements, but shout out to New Balance. I'm out here looking like a real dad.
Yep. Hey, you could only look more like a real dad if you had some Crocs on or something, but I digress. Classen here, 2x2 receiver set in the shotgun. Carlos Hardiman in at quarterback, running back off to his left. Hardiman lifts his foot, is going to send number 7 in motion to the right. Hardiman's going to fire it to the single receiver side to Elijah Green. He makes a guy, he's going to try to make a guy miss, but LaDainian Fields doesn't fall for that.
Great job by the freshman quarterback, number 1, Carlos Hardiman. I mean, he's just sensing that pressure, so he knows he's got to get that ball out. I think that's a good sign for him settling into the game, and hopefully it continues a great drive.
As we get to see LaDainian Fields line up against Elijah Green, Love to see that matchup.
Finally getting that matchup.
Classen in the shotgun, 3x1 receiver set, running back to the left. Hardiman throws it, and it's going to be, I'm not sure if he was trying to throw it to Fletcher, but it was behind him. Hardiman also got hit on that play.
And it looks like number 9 for the Spartans, LaDainian Fields, and number 16 for the Comets, Elijah Green, talking back and forth a little bit after that first matchup, wide receiver DB.
I'm sure LaDainian Fields feels a little bit slighted that he hasn't got, as big of an offer as Arkansas. But at the same time, his offers will come. He's too talented. He's too athletic. He's too good of a student as well.
And he's getting that upper hand tonight, DB.
Oh, he is for sure. His Classen coming back to the line in the shotgun, 2x2 receiver set, running back off to the right of the quarterback. Hardiman, he's going to fire one, lofted in there. It's going to be picked off by LaDainian Fields. He's going to take it to the 40, 35, 30. No one's going to be there. 20, 15, 10-5, touchdown. There is a flag on the field. It might be a block in the back. Regardless, what a play by LaDainian Fields on the ball.
Yeah, what a play by LaDainian Fields, making a great play on the ball. And like we just said, I mean, that matchup is going to create some controversy. It's going to create some good football, and like we got right there, a great interception.
And LaDainian Fields talking all the trash. He's hyped up. I think they're going to take that touchdown away from him, but the interception will stand. A little bit of speculation from me.
Hey, I'm smelling some food up here in this booth, DB. I don't know about you, but when I smell food, my attention is completely redirected.
Nah, I feel like one of those cartoon characters, with the pies that's wafting in the window, and they just float to the pie. That's how I feel right now.
Hey, man, they know we're hungry, DB.
No doubt, man. As it looks like the touchdown will be wiped off the board, but it's still going to be a turnover interception by LaDainian Fields.
LaDainian Fields satisfying his hunger for a turnover.
Oh, no
Getting
doubt.
his offense in good position to go punch another touchdown in.
Southeast is going to start this drive from the Classen 42-yard line. Southeast, they're going to be in an empty set, 2x3 receiver set. Michael Graham Jr. still in the game at quarterback. It's going to be a handoff to number 7, his brother Graham, and he's going to cut it back. He's going to go to about the Classen 35-yard line. Again, about 8 on that wide receiver sweep.
Yeah, great brother-to-brother connection, just getting some positive yards. He does cut back just to get some extra yards. I think he was just avoiding a few hits there. He does a great job. I mean, as far as a receiver, I mean, you don't want to take too many hits. I think it's just a testament to your game when you're that elusive.
I agree 100% as they get back to the line here. Still in the shotgun formation, 2x2 receiver set, running back to the quarterback's left. Graham's going to get it, hand it off to the running back. I don't believe that's Fields Jr.
That's number 14 in there at running back.
That is number 14.
Got Junior Vanilla in there.
What a good run by him. Can't hate right there. Good solid run.
I know, but it's great to see some substitutions in there. We got another playmaker out of that young lineup. And we actually got Tate Bullock split out wide at wide receiver too now.
Love to see that as Spartans are still going to be in the shotgun formation, 2x2 receiver set. They're going to motion number 3 across the formation, fake it to him, and hand it off to Bonilla. And Bonilla, a physical run right there. He's going to gain about 7-8 yards on that second and 10 run. Or first and 10 run, excuse me. It'll be second and 4 from the Classen 26, excuse me.
No, excuse me, DB. I mean, 2 great runs by Junior. I mean, I think when you got a new back end and you're in this position in the game, I think you keep feeding him, let his momentum build, and see if he can just tumble in the end zone.
Excuse me, it's going to be from the Classen 24. as there's going to be an injured Classen comment on the field. We don't have a number on that. It looks like it's number 17, Josh Aguilar. So we hope he is all right, as 6:42 left in the third quarter. 46-0 ball game. Spartans firmly out in front. And this one from Taft Stadium, home of the OKC Energy. And Classen could use some energy right here to get a big stop against Southeast.
Yeah, if they can use all the energy they need. I mean, they need to be lifting their hands up like a spirit bomb. They need all the energy they need. Every fan in the building.
Could not agree more, as Josh Aguilar is going to walk off under his own power. You'd love to see that. Going to need to fix his jersey. His shoulder pads, jersey's a little messed up. But I digress. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Southeast Spartans. They're going to be, looks like the shotgun formation, 2x1 receiver set, 2 backs with Michael Graham Jr. in the backfield. They're both backs going to be split even with the quarterback. It's going to be a fake handoff, a read option. Michael Graham's going to keep it. He's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to gain about 6 yards on that play. It's going to move the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Classen 14. What do you think about, or Classen 16, I should say. What do you think about that play?
Just great execution on that read option. Just being patient, and also ball security. When those comments come and they're surrounding you, ball security is important.
Back in the shotgun formation, they're going to hand it to number 3 this time. And he's going to get about 9 yards on that carry, but there is a flag. That play could be going backwards for a holding call.
And I hope not. I mean, to get in the red zone again, that's the second penalty I've seen the Southeast Spartans commit in their own red zone. That's not a habit you want to keep. The competition is only going to get better and better. And you're not going to have as many chances to dig yourself out of the holes that you put yourself in. So we want to play disciplined, sound football.
And it will be a holding penalty. It's going to move the ball back 10 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Classen 26-yard line. So we'll see Southeast. They've really had no problems when they put themselves in bad situations. 3x1 receiver set. Quarterback in the shotgun, Graham Jr. It's going to be a screen pass to Bonilla, and he's going to drop that one. That one could have been bad for the Classen Comets.
Yeah, could have been bad. I mean, you got to be on point when you're running a play like that. I mean, he knows he's got to bounce back. Looks like we're getting a new call from the sideline.
And it's going to be 2nd and 20, 4:40 left and ticking in the third quarter. Classen trails Southeast 46-0.
And we got a new set of receivers out there.
Yep. Looks like Michael Graham Jr. is still going to be in the shotgun. 3x1 receiver set. He's going to roll out for, or he's going to toss it to Bonilla on a screen pass, excuse me.
Looks like we just ran that same play to the opposite direction of the field.
Doesn't hurt to do. You know, you're trying to run clock while also, you know, score some more points and get good stuff on film. So can't hate that play call, personally. What do you think, Jamin?
No, I mean, you can't hate that at all. I mean, it looks like you got young guys out there, especially skill positions at that running back and receiver position. You just want to run them through different variations of these plays, so in case they get in a position where they have to play, they're sure of themselves in their assignment.
It's going to be an empty, they're going to be in the shotgun, empty set for Michael Graham Jr. He's going to survey the field. He's going to throw it in the middle of the field. He was looking for Bonilla. He had him open if Bonilla would have kept on running down the field, but there's going to be a flag. It looks like it's going to be holding on Southeast. We'll see if Classen accepts this or declines it. What did you see right there, Jamin?
I saw MJ Graham. I saw him looking towards Noel Gutierrez, who was actually maybe more open, and I thought he was going to go for that. But you see the middle of the field wide open. Why not take it?
And it looks like Classen will decline that penalty. I'm going to just go with the 4th and 16. And we are waiting to see what Southeast does here. See if they just run a play, what they're going to do.
It's a pretty risky decision to stay out there and decline that penalty. Let's see if they can make good use of it and get good field position on a
Southeast.
4th down.
Southeast going to stay in this shotgun set, empty set. They're going to motion a receiver across the field. Graham's going to throw it to the single receiver side, and it's going to be batted away. What a play by Elijah Green. He comes across the whole field to knock that one down.
We got a flag on that play, DB.
But we see why Arkansas offered him.
Oh, yeah, we
Look at
see
that
why.
play.
I mean, just great closing speed, getting to the ball, great use of his hands, smacking that ball.
He truly covered about 40 yards, 30, 40 yards, and he ran across, like he saw it the whole way.
The whole way. I mean, just great instinctual play, great display of his athleticism.
Like it's going to be a personal foul penalty against Southeast. I think that's just going to result in turnover on downs. We'll see, which will be a big break for this Commons defense. I mean, those are big victories in terms of just morale and just stopping the bleeding.
I mean, I know that's what Coach D is hoping. I mean, it was already a risky call to keep his team out there on the 4th down. So, I mean, you want to make it count.
They're trying to figure out the penalties on the field right now. You got 4 officials huddled up discussing it. I'm getting more confused watching them personally.
As we're getting
Nope, they're talking to the coach of Classen, explaining something to him.
Hopefully we're not in an unsportsmanlike conduct situation.
As we see Classen's offense on the field, or kind of offense and yep, their offense is going to jog back onto the field. Classen's going to decline the flag. It's going to be Classen ball from their own 24-yard line with about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. 46-0, Southeast Spartans up. We are back. Devin here, Jamin to my left. Classen in the shotgun here, 2x2 receiver set. Motion in Elijah Green across the formation. It's going to be snapped to the quarterback. A little bit of misdirection there. They faked me out. What'd you see there, Jamin?
I mean, you only get about 2 yards. I mean, just quick look, quarterback keeper, probably just another read option.
That's going to end the 3rd quarter on that play. It's going to be 46-0, Southeast Spartans up. As we head to the 4th quarter, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Devin Bajek here. Jamin Dawson to my left. We're about to get the 4th quarter underway here in a 46-0 Southeast Spartans commanding lead as Classen's going to get the ball from their own 26-yard line, second about 7. They're going to be in the shotgun 2x2 receiver set, running back to the right of the quarterback. It's going to be a pass to the left, and that one's going to be caught. Yes, it's going to be caught. This one's going to be held on to. What'd you see there, Jamin?
Hey, man, I hate to sound so dry, but we finally saw a pass completion. Maybe our second of the night. We got 3rd and manageable here. Hopefully we can get a good play call. I'd imagine them trying to hit something quick to the sideline, just trying to get by that marker.
And, they're trying to get a Big O's Pork and Dreams first down. Classen is. Nothing like Big O's, man.
Nothing like Big O's, man. Shout out my former coach, Coach O.
As Classen's going to be in the shotgun. 3-by-1 receiver set, running back to the left of the quarterback. He's going to get the snap, looks off to his right. He's going to scramble up the middle of the field. He's going to take it to the right. 30. He's going to juke a guy. He's going to get to the 35. He's going to get tackled at the 36, 37-yard line. What a play. What a play by the young freshman quarterback.
I mean, what a play. I mean, as the play is developing, I mean, he probably could have stayed a little more patient. I saw some receivers getting open there, but, I mean, just great instinctual play, getting out of that pocket and getting positive yardage, first downs like we need.
Classen's going to hurry up here, and that's going to be a Big O's Pork and Dreams first down for them. As we see Classen in the shotgun, 2-by-2 receiver set, running back to the right of the quarterback.
Looks like we got some movement on that line. We got a flag.
Yep. It's going to be false start on Classen, so they weren't on the same page up front. And, you know, we've seen that a few times tonight. Oh, no, it looks like the ref missignaled. No, we got a little bit of confusion. Looks like the ref walks it up 5 yards thinking it was encroachment or offsides, and they're going to walk it back 5 yards. It's still the second week of the season for the refs. Still the second week of the season. They're still working out their kinks.
Yeah, still working out their kinks, but, I mean, the players as well. I mean, we've seen plenty of penalties here. I mean, at this point in the game, it's not detrimental, but you want to see them clean it up because it's going to be a long season. Oh,
no doubt. I mean, Classen wants to get some positive stuff on film here. Carlos Outerman in the shotgun, Hardeman in the shotgun, 3-by-1 receiver set. They're going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to get tackled. Nowhere for him to go.
I mean, he's just swallowed by number 69, Cameron Freeman. We got a sophomore D lineman out there. Got some substitutions on defense.
Jayon House was on the carry there. He looks a little frustrated, asking his O-line to just, hey, give me a couple seconds. As we see 9 minutes left on the clock for Classen to get something going. The big donut on the scoreboard still there as the Spartans are trying to make it 8 straight quarters of shutout football. They've made it 7.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we got some substitutions for those Spartans at that linebacker position, and we're getting that same formation from the Comets.
As we see Classen in the shotgun, they're going to roll out to the right. He's going to fire it to number 7. And the one-handed catch right there. What an athletic play right there.
Yeah, great one-handed catch, great awareness, great job getting open and securing that ball by number 7, Aaron Underwood. We had a Spartan lose his helmet on the play, number 13, Circium Law. I hope I said your name right, bro, but looks like we got another set of brothers out there making impact tonight.
And a lot of brothers out there for Southeast as Classen looking over the play, looking over their coach, Carlos Hardeman, going to get his group together, give the play out. They break the huddle. Carlos Hardeman in the shotgun formation, 3-by-1 receiver set, running back to the left.
And we get the same formation again.
As Hardeman looking to his left, he's going to fire that one deep. Ooh, almost caught. Elijah wants the flag. Elijah Green wants the flag. He felt there was PI, but they're not going to do that for him. Big play by, was that number 8 senior?
We actually got number 9 out there, LaDainian Fields, matched up on Elijah Green again. Great job getting up, body control. I mean, that was just great defense.
Hey, thank you for that alley-oop right there.
Hey, you know I got you, DB. But that's a great ball by number 1, quarterback Carlos Hardeman. I mean, that might be the best ball we've seen. He got it out pretty quick.
He did. He got a good air under that, put it on a rope. And, you know, that's good stuff on film for him to put there. You know, he's a young guy. So, you know, this Classen team might be a team to reckon with in a couple of years when he's a junior. Heck, maybe even next year.
I mean, I believe so. I mean, for his very first game, I mean, 11 for 28, you're going to struggle a little bit. But, I mean, you find your way. And tonight he's out here making plays. I mean, even though it's not resulting in positive yardage or first downs or touchdowns, but a throw like that can give a young guy a lot of confidence.
Number 23, Jayon House, was the injured Classen. Comment on that. He is walking off the field under his own power, limping a little bit, but we hope he's all right.
Yeah, we hope he is all right. Number 23, Jayon House.
As we see the defense of Southeast take the field, Chauncey Law has played the whole game. I haven't seen him get taken out yet.
He's trying to get that Big O's player of the game, man.
Right now, I've got a few theories on who that's going to. It might be a repeat winner.
Hey, man, it might be a repeat, but
Who knows? Maybe it's not. LaDainian Fields had a heck of a game. Same with Chauncey Law.
Yes, sir.
As we see Klassen jog back onto the field, they're going to be in the shotgun 2-by-2 receiver set, running back to his left. Quarterback Carlos Hardiman gets the snap. Looks like a receiver moved early, and they're going to get him right there. It's going to be a false start on Klassen, it looks like. And you just can't have that.
I mean, you can't have that. I mean, you're putting yourself on your heels. Your teammates are looking like, what's going on? You usually don't get that call by your receivers.
I mean, you're the receiver. You're staring at the ball. You're watching the ball. You don't go on sound. Am I correct?
No, sir. Not at all.
So it's just tough. We've seen it's kind of a microcosm of what we've seen tonight with 6:46 and counting left in this one, 46-0 Southeast Spartans over the Comets. We've just seen them kind of shoot themselves in the foot over and over again, and it's frustrating to see, I'm sure, but a lot of fans and students still here supporting their Klassen Comets as they're going to be in the shotgun. Carlos Hardiman and a quarterback position, 2-by-2 receiver set. Hardiman looks to his right, going to loft one out there to number 3, and that's going to bounce off his hands. Mason Fletcher had one right there.
You talk about Mason Fletcher.
Oh.
I mean, he's literally out there giving it all he got. I mean, he's still on his back. He's gassed, and looks like he's still got that nagging injury going on.
Looks like Mason Fletcher is down still. He's going to pop back up. He wants to get back onto the field. They're not going to let him. Good on the training staff to evaluate him, make sure he's okay, as they're going to turn over the ball on downs.
I mean, it's just great heart by Mason Fletcher. I mean, you talk about a guy that's a junior. He's been there for a while. He's been a passenger for this rebuild train, and he's just going out there trying to be a leader for his team.
And this first down is going to be sponsored by Big O's Pork and Dreams. Big O Pork and Dreams is the best barbecue in Oklahoma City. If you haven't had the famous Fat Butt Spud, then you haven't lived life. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you, with a location in Edmond and Midwest City. Tell Big O that we sent you.
Hey, man, I was smelling some barbecue up here. I don't think it was Big O's, man, but
Hey, if it's not Big O's, I don't want it.
I don't want it. Big O's the only place to go.
Southeast, Tay Bullock in at quarterback. He's
He
going
got
to
a
hand it off.
fumble.
Oh, Klassen's defense might have forced a turnover there. And they
Great.
did. What a play by Klassen.
Great awareness by Aaron Underwood to come in there for that tackle and get that ball loose and recover the ball.
What a play by him, and just what a play by this Klassen defense. They're like, we're done giving you guys free touchdowns and free yards. We want the ball back.
And a DB, I mean, what else do you want to see? The Comets just go out there and just straight punch them in the mouth. I mean, you just want to see some fight.
Yeah, we are. As the athletic director at halftime mentioned, this is a team that, regardless of the results, they're trying to build something more than just one season. As we see Klassen in the shotgun formation again, that familiar 2-by-2 receiver set. Carlos looking to his left. He's going to loft one deep, and that's going to bounce into a sea of hands and hit the ground.
I believe it hit the chest of number 7, Aaron Underwood. But, I mean, you're throwing in an area of the field where you got 2 receivers. So, I mean, you got a good chance. Just didn't come down with the ball.
And there was just a lot of hands up there. 4 minutes and counting left in this fourth quarter. Southeast up 46-0 over the Klassen Comets. 2nd and 10 for the Klassen Comets, I should say, from their own 35-yard line. And looks like they're getting the play from their coach on the sideline. They're really trying to make sure they're all on the same page here. Three guys in that huddle.
I mean, like you just said, they're trying to get these plays off. They're trying to run smoothly. Everybody get their keys, good communication from top to bottom so we can execute this play.
Carlos Hardiman, he's got his troops set in the shotgun, 2-by-2 receiver set, running back off to his left. He's going to get the snap, looking to his left, looks to the middle of the field, and that one's picked off one-handed.
A one-handed interception by MJ Graham, getting it like DJ Graham of the Sooners.
Woo! Michael Graham Jr. with the one-handed interception. Da-na-na.
That might be on ESPN, fellas.
What a play. That was phenomenal.
What a play. What a grab.
Are they going to say that hit the ground? Wow. They're gonna say that's not an interception.
Hey, DB, that's going on film, man. I don't care.
Hey, that's on my highlight tape. I do not care.
Yep, argue with your mama about it. That's going to be the first play on there.
Look, they wouldn't want me as official because that In my opinion, that was an interception. But, hey, if it being an official is a tough job. As we see Classen back on offense, 3rd and 10 with 2:30 counting in this fourth quarter, in the pistol. Carlos Hardiman is looking to his left, looking to the middle of the field. He throws it. He's going to find Elijah Green. What a big play. The biggest explosive play we've seen. That's going to set up a Big O's Pork and Dreams first down.
Like you said, biggest offensive play we've seen from the Comets. I mean, number one, freshman quarterback Carlos Hardiman. He steps up and he stands into the pocket. I mean, I haven't seen him with that willingness to step in there, and if he does get hit, he's going to take it. He went out there, threw a good ball, and we finally got the ball to one of the best playmakers for a first down.
We got to see a little bit of why Elijah Green is regarded as one of the top prep standouts in the state. As we see Classen in the shotgun, 2x2 receiver set. They're going to send number 7 in on a motion, and they're going to hand it off. No, ball on the ground. Hardiman's going to jump on that. That could have been disastrous.
Could have been disastrous, but I mean, hey, this is a freshman quarterback we're talking about. Great job maintaining the ball.
I mean, this is you said a freshman quarterback. He's only going to learn by playing, and you know all these lumps and bruises he takes in year 1 of being a starter, it's really going to pay off. So
I mean, you're exactly right. Like you alluded to earlier, I believe with all this experience that he's getting, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes down to his upperclassmen years.
As we see Classen in the shotgun again, 2x2 receiver set. Carlos Hardiman has the running back off to his left. He's going to motion number 3 Fletcher on the hand, and they're going to hand it off on a jet sweep. And woo, what a big hit!
And I think we're going to get a flag on maybe Tate Bullock.
Yeah, Tate Bullock looked like he did. Oh, what a big hit! As the Classen player is still down, slow to get up. Fletcher is. As he's been banged up a few times tonight. Not sure what the flag is going to be for. Looks like those players on the southeast sidelines, though, they're getting to digging with that shovel.
I mean, that's a big tackle. I mean, Circum Law, I mean, he's feeling it, especially late in this game. He's digging that shovel. He's laying that wood.
Yep, and they're just having the time of their lives on the sidelines with that shovel. It represents something. We will let you know next week what that shovel represents.
Absolutely. But, I mean, a string of plays like that one-handed interception, and you get a big hit like that, DB, I mean, the energy is through the roof for the Spartans.
Unofficial one-handed pick.
Unofficial.
But as we said, argue with your mama about it, we're going to count it as a pick, unofficially. As we see Classen here on third and 13, 30 seconds and ticking on the clock in this one. Quarterback's going to be in the shotgun formation, 2x2 receiver set, running back off to his left. Quarterback looks to his left. He's going to throw that one deep. Almost intercepted one-handed again by Michael Graham Jr.
Tipped by N.J. Graham, and like we've been notified by head coach Matt Lane last week, I mean, he's not just a quarterback. He's a lockdown corner, and, I mean, he's shown it tonight. And
that's going to be the last play of the game, as officially the time is 0-0-0 on the clock. Southeast Spartans win this one 46-0 over the Classen Comets. So 8 straight quarters of shutout football for this Southeast Spartans defense. I mean, shoot, we're going to get into our post-game show here. Our post-game sponsors, SSM Health St. Anthony's. Let the orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people get moving again. Call for an appointment today at 405-218-2530. That's 218-2530.
We're going to get another shout-out to one of our title sponsors, Metro Technology Centers. Metro Technology Centers offers great courses and programs to allow you to have a great career. Learn more at metrotech.edu. That's metrotech.edu.
And our final sponsor, Cocino de Mino Restaurant. For the best in Mexican cuisine, the only place to have lunch or dinner is Cocino de Mino, located at 6022 Southwestern Avenue, open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. As we get to this post-game show, our Big O's Pork and Dreams and Super Prep Player of the Game. They're our proud sponsors for that Player of the Game. I mean, who would you give it to?
Hey, man, I'm going to go to sleep tonight, and when I close my eyes, I'm going to see that unofficial one-handed pick, and then I'm going to open my eyes, and then I'm going to say, wow.
So we're going to give it to Michael Graham Jr., man. What a play. A lot of plays tonight by him, but especially that one-handed pick. I mean, and just being the quarterback, being that corner. He's a leader on the team, obviously.
But, I mean, with a lot of these players playing both sides of the ball, I mean, I feel like being a player of the game, quality is impacting both sides of the ball, and he's definitely done that at quarterback and at corner. And,
well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, it was a Southeast Spartans victory, 46-0 over the Classen SAS Comets. I'm Devin Bajek.
I am Jamin Dawson.
And that's going to be it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday night.
Peace, Oklahoma.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself. I feel like if I'm being honest.